Hey, really, what this is today is a test on music because I kind of want to play background music. So, thank you for joining in. Something random for the summertime. I'm gonna let people like filter in and I'm gonna like look for music because I want to play music. I need like those lofi beats. I need lofi beats right now. Lo-fi? Did I even say that right? You know what I want to play? I want to play that new Vince Staples. Like, I want to play music. I want to play music. That's what I want to play right now. Hey, yes, let's chit chat. Something random for the summertime. For the summertime. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm pretty sure you can. I have to like stop looking like two places at once. You know that SpongeBob meme where it's like your eye is like turning to the left, your right eye is turning to the right, and it's like violence or chaos. Choose one. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so as you guys filter in, like, tell me how your day has been going so far. Like, what type of Tuesday is today? I just have to know. Like, what type of Tuesday is today? So, this is actually going to be super random. I said this at the beginning, but I really want to play music, so I'm trying to find like lofi music and I want to try and play it while I talk and see what happens. And see what happens. But yeah, how are you guys? Like wagwan. Wagwan. Yeah, lo-fi. Lo-fi. Thank you. Thank you. Hi Tyros. Mwah, mwah. Welcome. Hey Michelle. Loud and clear. Okay. And I mean, I feel like, you know what I wanted to do? Okay, let me be honest. I want to do a 500 subscriber, just kind of like thank you. You know what I mean? Like, is it too early? Like, can I just do it now? Because I just really want to say thank you. Like, is this cheesy? I'm being like actually pretty genuine. I literally want to be like, oh my God, I got 400 subscribers. There are like 400 randoms on the internet watching this. Like, is this, grab your peanuts and popcorn. We just chatted. We're like snacking and chatting. I literally have like sparkling water here and trail mix, but I'm gonna try not to talk. I'm gonna try not to talk. How was you guys' day, man? It's been a loud, like, I feel like I'm shouting. I can't really hear. Like, you know when you feel like you go on an airplane and your ears are like, you know. Yeah, how are you guys' days? How You're basically at 500 at this point. Listen, I keep saying this. You are not gonna stop me. Once this community feature, once I have this community feature, it is over. It's over. It's over. Yeah, like, hey Kevroy, super boring day. Okay, wait. Let me get for trying to do. See this. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, so I think I clicked something, but everything should be working. It says it's buffering. Oh my God, super boring day. Today was uneventful for me so far. Listen, as you guys know, I have been procrastinating. Procrastinating. You guys are literally my partners in crime. I have. You're like, in crime? In crime? Partner who? It's time to log out. We're not partners in none of this, and no witnesses. Stop playing with me. That's so funny. I literally have been thinking about the fact that. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Sorry about that. Okay, so yes. Okay, Kenroy said you'll get 1K. The algorithm just playing right now. I'm gonna make a comment in that in a second. Tyro said it's working again. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys so much for like being, oh my God, like assistant producers. Like, what is this? Like, assistant producers. Y'all like, okay, mic's working. Mic check. Check one, check two. I love that. Tyro said crime says I don't know about that. Yeah. You see, I play too much. I I play way too much. I need to relax. I need to relax. Camera said, Creme, is it alleged? You see, and you see, this is something I like. I like that you come with the disclaimers. That these streams, I literally think I have it memorized now. It's like, these streams are for entertainment purposes only, and everything mentioned is alleged. Like, it's very like, wow, like, I'm about to find out that you're an attorney. Like, that's what I'm about to find out. Okay, so yes, I want to like real quick play like the first like 15 seconds of this, because it's like, it kind of just made me, in my spirit, ever make it, actually. If that's anything you want to listen to, then keep on watching. My name is Q, and welcome to my tapes. These you can't tell anybody. You can't tell anybody. But not too many. My thoughts. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. I wanted to play that Kanye video. Listen, like, I don't know what I was doing when I had recorded that Kanye video. I have no clue what I was doing when I was like recording that Kanye video. Like, I don't even know what I was talking about. I think it had to do with Sweetie. I was gonna make the video about Sweetie because I think and talk about the idea of accessibility a lot. So I was gonna talk about Sweetie and be like, listen, I have no clue what the fuck Sweetie's doing. But all I know is this. Sweetie and the way that this girl is like performing, like, I think she was just on like the cover of like Elle, I think it was Elle. And I'm just like, Sweetie, I don't know how to say this in every nice fashion. I say this with all respect, no disrespect. Sweetie, how can we get rid of you? I'm not even trying to be messy. Sweetie, how can we get rid of you? And it's not that I don't think she's like not a nice gal. It's just like, wow, like, is this what it means to come from like an affluent family? Like when I saw Sweetie on that cover of the magazine, I was like, there is no way. Like, there is no way. Like, I couldn't believe it. Yes, I could. Yes, I could. Yes, I could. I could believe it. Let me read some comments. Oh my God, yes. If you are watching the recording of this, tell me what you've been doing today. And if not, find an emoji of something you've eaten. Like, I've been eating a lot of like chocolate. Well, trail mix. Oh my gosh. You know, you pick out which ones you want. Oh my gosh. You see, I revealed myself. But yes, comment an emoji of like a food that you've been eating today. Because today's been pretty boring. I feel like food is, you know, it's you know, one of maybe the most interesting things that happen in the day. So yeah, and if you're live, of course, if you're in the live, comment. I love to read comments. And speaking of comments, I've been receiving some very interesting comments. Some comments that will not make daylight, and I will keep it at that. Let's see. It's only for entertainment. Yes, the Kanye video was really well made. Because, you know, I wanted to get into Kanye's family. Winter, like, I think she's like busy, so she doesn't have time to come to these lives. Winter made a really interesting comment about like, even like Kanye's family, which I didn't really want to get too much into, right? But it's just like, whoa, you know, I think instead of talking about the accessibility, yes, cookies, are we all eating sweets? That's why I tell you guys to comment like fruit emojis, because I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll eat like fruit, like with my oatmeal or something like that. And also, you guys are so sweet. That's why I love that. I'm like, oh my God, comment fruits, because you guys are so sweet. Like, okay, so I see you, Michelle. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you know, I thought I was going to take a stance of going into like Kanye's family when I had made that video. But I was like, you know what? Let's start with just accessibility with just talent. And I literally, as you guys can see, like, I've literally been changing the thumbnail for that because I'm like, is it clear? Is it not clear? Also, speaking of thumbnails, I feel like I'm low-key playing around with these thumbnails. Like, the way that I just find like the biggest bobblehead like photo, and then of course like I go into Adobe and like mask them out. I'm just like, I need to see these heads spin on the thumbnails. Sometimes these thumbnails actually like crack me up making them. Kenra said the Kanye video was really well made. Thank you. Sweetie is purely light skin and vibes. I literally saw a fan cam. I saw a fan cam of Sweetie like just walking in a super suit. She was walking in her invincible super suit in a parking lot with her sunglasses on, and I'm like, wow, wow, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I see these people, I'm like, whoa, like, you can't even make this up. Why are you on the cover? Like, I don't understand. Like, what is it that you do? I you know, People say rap, but, well, let's return to the comments. Tyra said, I think she needs to go into TV hosting. How many times have we told Sweetie this? But how many times have we told Sweetie this? Which is why I was just like, okay, let me just take it easy. Let's start with the Kanye West. Let's start about what it means to have access and work on your work and your artistry when you have like the funds and when you have the access. And I was like, who is a solid place to start? I was gonna do Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like Beyonce came from not just her like having access, but like she also came from like a middle class family, you know, from the South. She also came from a middle class family from the South, you know, and that's access. In fact, I want to start talking about all these people, Davido, all these people that I feel like I'm noticing, like, you have a lot of access. Like, you either have a lot of access as in you come from like affluence, or you have access in the sense of like, you need resources to help continue to grow and bolster the art that you make. So yeah, Tyra Rose, like in terms of her going to, like, Sweetie, I need to see, listen. Oh my God, Tyra Rose, your comment just reminded me of something. Somebody on my video had commented something super interesting, a comment that I had made about Rihanna and Megan Thee Stallion, which coincidentally, I didn't even realize like what was going on like with the baby. Like, it's so weird how like some of the few videos have like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, that's why I'm like, let me not talk about it. Let me just like see and wait and watch. But like, I didn't even realize what was happening with the baby until people started talking about the baby in like some of the few videos that I made. Listen, call me Negro Dominus. Like, call me Negro Dominus. Like, just in the moment of time where I start talking about Megan Thee Stallion and I'm like, I think you need a new team. Like, you need a new strategy starting to be employed. I wonder what's going on. Very, very interesting stuff. But Tyra Rose, what I was going to say is that your comment reminded me of something, because I said in that video that Megan Thee Stallion needs to take a book out of Rihanna's book, as well as Beyonce's. One, with Beyonce, drop your team. It's time to clean house. But then Rihanna, in the sense that I'm noticing a lot of like diction, and a lot of people kind of talk about, oh, I want to be like Rihanna. I want to be a billionaire like Rihanna. And I'm like, but you know, I want to make maybe other entities outside of music because it can just be so fickle. But I was like, Sweetie, why did you say that though? Like, I'm trying to understand like your music acumen. But long story short, I wanted to make a video called The Rebook, like the playbook. Like, I wanted to make it like a blueprint episode about the Rebook, like Rihanna's playbook, like Rihanna's blueprint. And I just wanted to name it like The Rebook, and how like people want to take pages out of that book, and how maybe people should be taking pages out of Rihanna's book. I think something about this DaBaby situation, and this is the last thing I'll say, and we can move on. The last thing I want to say about this DaBaby situation and Megan Thee Stallion is like, it's like, unfortunately, like, people are telling her, oh, you're just going to have to take this on the chin. But it's like, what did we learn from Rihanna? Like, people hate women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this industry is not, it's not women friendly. It's especially not Black women friendly. And like, fuck all these people. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, the Rebook. Rebook sounds like Reebok. Random. Okay. Amazing Tribe said, grand afternoon, grand evening. What time is it where you guys are? I'm super curious. Cameron Palm said, it's true that most talented aren't the most popular in the music industry, and industries in general are reliant upon proximity of power and falsified bureaucratic regimes. Okay, Cameron. Okay. Listen. I think I hype you up too much. I think I need to block you, Cameron. I'm joking. I'm not blocking y'all. But I was like, oh. Am I a fangirl? I feel like I'm fangirling you guys. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, yeah, like, I feel like I might be fangirling you guys. Amazing Tribe said, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, pick ups. Yes. How was you guys this weekend? Cameron Palm said, Sweetie is untalented. She's essentially an influencer. She has nice hooks sometimes. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? But it's just like, if that's the case, then why are you in like Elle magazine talking about like your raps? Like, I just want to understand. I just need to know. Cameron said, it's rare that someone who was poor and actually made it big, because it's essentially impossible for people to escape their socioeconomic status. You see, but this is some of the stuff that I started talking about in that Kanye video. What did I say? I think like I had an epiphany. Like, I say this all the time, like, the stuff that I talk about, some of them I string them to popular culture, but they have been thoughts that I have been thinking about and working on and either writing on or researching for years, like for years. And so the idea of accessibility, I thought about this ever since I was like, I want to give details, personal details, but I'm like, okay, let me make sure, make sure you don't give no personal details. I started thinking about this ever since I was like in middle school, and as I got shipped to boarding school. That's another conversation. You know, that would be like a Patreon thing. If you guys ever want to hear about me being in boarding school, like, listen, you better go to that link in the description box. What am I doing? Okay, so yeah, and that Kanye video that I made, like the power of accessibility featuring Kanye West, I say that the possibility that people have to acquire access is not by them becoming these temporarily embarrassed imaginary billionaires. It's through like it's through collective grouping work. It's through like unionization, which I believe Tyra Rose was the person who mentioned unionization in the comments. Some other people were talking about collective work, and I said like the possibility of you acquiring access is literally not going to be through you thinking that, oh, I'm going to be worth like $100 million. Like, no, it's going to be through like, oh my God, I truly believe, and I think this is also like empirically true. Like it is more likely for us to get like universal basic income than it would probably be to be like a millionaire. You know what I mean? Speaking of, did you guys see that one tweet from somebody like, oh, I can't believe I had to do this as a landlord today. I had to serve eviction papers. I'm like, but why are you telling us this? Let me read these comments. Tyro said, I'm interested. Oh my God. Listen. Oh God. I'm gonna have to take this down. This is like identifiable information. I was in boarding school and I told people that I was a vampire. I'm not even playing. I told people I was a vampire, and it all went downhill from there. Listen, I almost got hunted down. Like, I'm not even playing. For context, the place that I went to boarding school is not in the United States. So if you could imagine what it means to be telling people who are heavily into Judeo-Christianity that you may or may not be like Edward. Let me stop. You see, all right, and that's the preview. If you want to hear something wild like that, listen, this is false advertising. I don't even know. Would I put that on Patreon? I don't know. Well, I'll see with these signups. I don't know. But Ty, you just made me think about something. I'm just gonna stop there because I think I might leave this up. So listen. Life in danger. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh my gosh. Karen Pop said, Rihanna has an eye and an ear for progress and success, which is a talent. Listen, Rihanna has an ear. Which is something that I said in like a Megan Thee Stallion video, like you need a team because it is clear to me that maybe you do have a slight like idea. You know what I mean? Like you have a slight idea, but I think like her mother, Megan Thee Stallion's mother, rest in peace, she had a good ear. She also, I believe, like if you guys recall, like she also rapped. She was an underground rapper. Like she had been making music as well. And so I feel like Megan Thee Stallion does not have an ear like that. But you need to find somebody who does. Rihanna has an amazing ear. She has an amazing ear. And also, that's something interesting that you said, Carol, as well. You said, like, it's not only that she has a good ear, but she has an eye for progress and success, which is a talent. I've been thinking about that. In regards to Lil Nas X, because I've been like working like in regards to Blueprint videos. More Blueprint videos are going to come in like season 2. But something that somebody had asked me, a few people had asked me about was like, how exactly, oh my gosh, hashtag omelet, woo woo woo, omelet, hashtag boiled eggs. I don't like boiled eggs. I actually don't even eat eggs, but omelet gang, somebody had asked me to make like a Blueprint video on like how Lil Nas X like grew, like his marketing, like how did that happen? Like how did he go from like a quote unquote nobody to getting signed to like, I believe RCA. He signed to like a branch in like Nashville. Like how did that even happen? And so I've just kind of been working on that. Like Lil Nas is someone that I think that is a great description. Like he has an eye for progress. He has an eye. Like he has an eye, and he knows where to go and scour and search. He knows what rocks to overturn to make a scene. To make a scene. Tyra said it's 5:30 here. Okay, wait. Let me check my clock. Actually, okay, yeah. So you might be on like Central Standard Time, right, Tyra? And then Kenroy, you're in Eastern Standard Time for sure. Maybe, possibly. Look at how I'm trying to identify you. Hashtag partner, Bonnie Clyde. Let me stop. Tyros, I always thought boarding school would either be Zoe 101 or Harry Potter. Listen, well, to be honest, you're gonna see some magic. Call me Miss Abracadabra, you know, with the way we predict stuff in here. Let me blow some fairy dust in here. Somebody's like, stop blowing this cocaine in my face. Get this dust out of my face. Kenroy Palm said, celebrities are essentially brands and most brands aren't successful. Well, Brah. Yes. Amazing charm. Tyro said, LOL, that must have been during the Twilight age. Listen, we were all vampires back then. They didn't get it. Like, they didn't get it. And as soon as I realized they didn't get it, that's when shit started turning dangerous. That's when it became something else. It turned into a walking the Walking Dead episode, like, real quick. People really, like, thought I was serious. And that's when all hell broke loose. That's when all hell broke loose. Yes! OMG, a Twilight, they had their sticks and garlic ready. No, they didn't have their sticks and garlic ready. Let me tell you what they got. They got their knives. They said they have the bonnet of salvation. They said they had the blood of Christ. And they had a stake. I swear, like, somebody also, like, tried lighting me on fire. I don't even want to get into it. It was, like, I didn't even realize, like, I was like, wait, I can't make those sort of jokes here. Like, I'm not allowed to make those sort of jokes here. Like, they don't play that. They don't play that witchcraft. Which is ironic. It's just ironic because, well, a lot of black people, well, I don't want to get into it. But, like, I would say Judeo-Christianity was not necessarily, at least not in, like, my ethnicity, was not, like, the spirituality that we practice. So I guess it is a little ironic. Yes. Okay, Kara said, 9-year-old me hated Twilight. Listen, I don't even think I was allowed to watch it. I wasn't even allowed. Like, my parents were like, oh heck no. Rihanna said, Kenroy said, Rihanna can literally hear if and decide if a song if it's a hit. Like, she can. And it's like, how do you know? Because it's like, you and I know that. Well, actually, we're not sure. Like, maybe Rihanna does, like, look at, like, market trends and she does, like, market research. You know what I mean? But then there's sometimes that I just feel like, maybe, like, but I think I feel like the more realistic assumption is that, like, Rihanna, like, she can just, like, hear it. And she's like, oh. She's like, no. Yes. Yeah, put this one in my ear. Oh, that's the one. Yes. Tyra said, I literally want to visit a childhood friend last night in Portland and went to Bella Swan. Wait. Tyra, did they film that show? Wait, sorry. Did they film that movie, like, for real in Oregon? Like, the house? Like, they filmed it in a house, like, in Oregon? Like, I know they based it off the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, was it fun? Yeah, Kevin, like, yeah, was it fun? I'm super curious. Amazing Shark said, I'd be like, 5, me, the flesh, clean blood, but yo, I've been Blade, Immortal Study. Listen, I thought I was doing something. Let me tell you. Hot mess. It was a hot mess. Cameron Palm said, Lil Nas X is good. I'm not sure about collective body of works because 7 was not good to me, but he knows hits and knows how to go forward, so he'll last. I'm in NYC, LOL. I feel like I need to take a trip up to, like, NYC. Like, I need to take a trip. I need a gallivant. What's that? Yang? What did Andrew Yang? He said, oh, I get off the metro stop at Times Square. New York Times Square. I said, what? That's my favorite stop. I'm like, you're blocked. Tyra Rose, OMG, wait. Oh my gosh, no, not all of you like listening, not all of you being like silent listeners listening to me reveal my secrets on these tapes, and you just like kiki. I can't even believe this. Kalika Masal said, I'm dying as a fellow African. Listen, a hot mess. Not you guys, just like your eyes, just emoji, just like looking like, ooh, what she say? Ooh, let me just screen record this real quick. I'm saving all the receipts I need when the day comes. Cameron Palm said, oh wow, listen. Amazing Tribe said, I'm a giant, I'll fight a teacher and other students too. Don't play no games. Listen. Oh God. All I need to say is my friend had told me I should probably write a book or something. I don't even know. Like this sort of stuff. It's wild. It's funny you say that. Cameron Palm said Rihanna has had hits where they literally don't match the current landscape of music. This is the stuff. That's a good comment. This is the stuff that I say about like people, like Black people being able to come up with ideas. And obviously I'm sure like other people of other cultures come up with a lot of interesting stuff. You know what I mean? But it's like that comment that I make where I say like I feel like I come up with ideas that transcend my reality. Like that's what I mean. That's literally like a good like translation. Like yes, like just repeating the comment if people are like, what are you talking about? What are you referencing? Cameron Palm said like Rihanna has had hits where they literally don't match the current landscape of music. That's what I mean. It's just like you're coming up with stuff that is just like I can't even like not believe it, but it's just like this is not even something like I'm experiencing. Like how did you even come up with this? You know? And of course, something like this, if your music or your work or your art even falls into a category like this, it obviously will be able to be timeless and stand the test of like time. You know what I think? And this is something I've been thinking about for another Blueprint video that Winter had asked for. Still in the works. For somebody called like Baby Plantain, and the person was an artist, and I was like, okay, I'll do a blueprint as it pertains to them entering the music industry. I would say this, like, if you can create music or work that people want to culturally comment on in any capacity, you're doing something. You're doing something. Like if you're able to make like a song where somebody can laugh at it and change it to comment on their own life experiences or to re-innovate culture themselves to like laugh with their friends, you've made something. You've made something. Like you've made something interesting. Like I want to understand like what's going on here. I don't know if you guys saw that one TikTok where it's like, I forgot who it was. Oh my gosh. Not 7th Streeter. Oh my God. No. But it was somebody talking about like her baby daddy called Lewis. Like, Lewis, what are we going to do if we don't have like formula, Lewis? And it's like this whole gag, like Lewis. And like how this whole sound that she had, people threw a beat on it. People literally threw a beat on this word that she was saying about this man who didn't want to, I guess, pay child support. And it became like a whole thing. Like Black women were literally like doing their hair to this woman talking about Lewis. How are we going to pay for formula? Lewis. What are we going to do? Lewis. And I'm just like, that's interesting. Like if you're able to do stuff like that and people can laugh and make jokes and comment on other things and do other things like off of your work, you know what I mean? In just random situations, like either for laughter or for jokes, like you're making something interesting. I'm not saying like you're necessarily brilliant, you'll get distributed all these places, but if you can make work that people can culturally utilize as they talk and create culture themselves, that's really interesting stuff. Tyro said they did film some stuff in street. Okay, St. Ellen, Oregon. Okay, let me just screenshot. Maybe I need to go to Oregon. Lynn Boone says, your next look should be with a high bun ponytail. I love your freckles. Oh my God. Are you guys suggesting like outfit choices? Well, hold on. Let me bring out my pen and paper. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so Lynn said, oh my gosh. Okay, let me write this down. Lynn Boone said, okay, high bun. What should I wear? I've literally been like changing like my shirt and stuff like that. Okay, so like high bun and wait, where is it? Oh, and freckles. Okay, freckles. High bun hairstyle. Okay, great. Oh my gosh, I'll put on like hoop earrings too. I think like high buns go well with like hoop earrings. So I'll check like maybe I'm pretty sure I do have like a high bun. And it's so eerie that you say that. Hopefully, can you guys see me? Okay. Oh my god, I hope not. Because I'm like, this is so eerie. I actually do have a high bun on. I think that's why like this is what I'm saying. Like this is what I'm saying. Like this is what I am saying. Ying. You guys know too much. You know too much. This is what I'm saying. Ying. And then Carol Palm said, I died when Azealia Banks said Rihanna had her and other writers in a room writing songs and eating peanuts and her only choosing the best one, like wicked but talented. Oh my god. Like, I'm gonna search that up. Yo, it's actually really funny you say that about being in the room with Azealia Banks, because I forgot who I was talking to. I think it was you, Tyra Rose. In the last stream, I talked about how I'm in the process of securing Beyonce Carter Knowles for an interview. Pew, 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 pew. Not even clickbait. Like, I'm not even like, the fact that I'm even saying that, even though it's like satire. I'm in the process of doing that. And like, as I'm writing the script for that video, I was going to bring up Azealia Banks. I was like, oh, so like, tell us about this. So actually, I don't even want to spoil it. But yeah, she was literally going to be brought up in that interview. I didn't know Azealia Banks wrote for Rihanna. I didn't know this. I need to see this video. I'm sure she probably said this over voice or like in some sort of like episode somewhere. CA said, are you a tall lady? I'm going to be like Drewski here. What do you mean by that? Why you asking? Super curious. Why you asking? I'm super curious because like Lil Wooten's like the bun. Somebody else said something also interesting. I know I've mentioned glasses, so like I know you guys can see the glasses upon the face. I'm curious. I'm gonna be like Drewski and like stroke my like invisible my invisible chin. I don't know, my chin. What do you mean by that? Why are you asking? I'm so curious. I think I am considered like, I'm not considered short. No, definitely not. Mason Charles said, Tyra Rose, I lived in Portland, Oregon. It's more of them than us. I like had a friend who used to live in like Oregon, like not even just like Portland, but also like the suburbs. And like, I've heard a lot of interesting things. Cameron Palm said, I think people need to decide the type of artist they want to be and begin to build brand around that and their musical desires with talented. Please. If I manage talent, like, if I wanted to get music out there, I would literally be asking, like, it's just so many things. Like, I agree. Like, solidifying and cementing, like, your brand. Which is why I fear for these TikTokers, man. Like, when I say, like, listen, I let it up to God. Let me tell you, I let it up to the Lord, whoever. Because, like, sometimes, like, I'm constantly, like, talking to creators, and I'm like, oh, God. Oh, you're screwed. Oh, you are screwed. Like, the moment I, like, hear stuff that, like, their talent managers are doing, or, like, I talk to their talent managers directly, I'm like, oh, no, you're fucked. Oh, you are screwed. Like, a lot of the, like, TikTokers, like, they have huge platforms, but they don't have, like, a super fan audience, which is extremely concerning. Like, extremely concerning. And I'm like, you guys don't understand. Like, this industry is very fickle. And TikTok, like, listen, they're into churn. They are into churn. Like, they literally, I truly, like, we might not hear from you in about a year. This is what I'm saying. So, like, it's interesting you say that. In terms of music, you need to solidify your brand. It's for all of these people. Like, it's maybe something that we're not really getting. Even me, as somebody who's creating this, I mean, this was for fun, to be completely honest. Like, this is fun for me. I'm honestly kind of nervous that one of you guys are going to, like, share my video to Twitter one day. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. Which is, like, something that I'm sure like YouTubers, they want their stuff shared and promoted. And the only reason why I'll ask people to subscribe is because I need this community feature. Y'all are like, what is it that you want to post on this community feature? Like, what is it that you need on this community? Like, what is it that you are going to be posting, Q? What are you going to say? You know that you can't get banned for posting random stuff on the community feature. Like, so what is it that you are trying to put on this community, like, feature? I'm trying to spam you guys. Like, this is going to be a Finsta account. You guys are on my close friends list. This is a close friends account. this is what this is. This is a close friends account. It's like everybody wants to be on it, but they can't get in. Like yet. Like kind of. Possibly. Let me not hype myself. You see how I'm like hyping myself up. Let me go back to these comments. Let me go back to these comments. Look at me. Amazing Trap said, I'm an amazing writer. I'll have you laughing, crying, falling in love. Oh my gosh. I like knew somebody who like proposed to their fiance. I think this was in high school. Like somebody who proposed to their fiance through a poem, and I was like, oh my god, why are we hearing about this? Like apparently they did it in bed and she started crying. I'm like, how did I find this story? Like aren't we like high school children? Like why do we know this? Sir, you know, he wanted people to hype him up and tell him congratulations. Congratulations, you know? Godspeed. Cameron Palm said, sad that I have to say brand, but people need to make money to survive. Yeah, I think I said that, like, and even, like, I know I've talked about this before, but kind of putting into, like, people have even commented, oh my gosh, I got so many really great comments under the previous video about Kanye. This video, I don't even understand, like, it brought people out. I'm just like, whoa, like I say this all the time. I love it when people comment on my videos. I love it when people comment on my videos. I love it so much because I love to talk. I'm obsessed. I love talking to people on my videos. Like, if you comment when the video was posted, even when it's not a live, I literally will, like, respond something random. Like, in the middle of, like, the day or the night. I will respond. But, yeah, in terms of, like, brand, like, I thought about that as well. Like, I thought about that as well. Like, where is this going? You know what I mean? Like, I could only imagine, you know, what it would mean if somebody was really doing this full time. And for all intents and purposes, you know, I feel like I've been putting out content, like, pretty regularly. It's so weird. It's like, I think that's why I'm, like, trying to mix in the live streams, because they're easier to kind of me get out without making excuses, you know? It's just like, as long as I don't say anything salacious. I think my goal with live streams are that I don't say anything too, you know, out there where I can still leave it up, which is why I have to be careful. All these things about, you know, boarding school and all these interesting teams. Let me go back to the comments. Michelle said, that's how culture is built. Yes, that's how culture is built. You create stuff that people are like, oh my gosh, this is beyond like what I experience, and like this is interesting. I want to laugh about this. I want to use the sound and laugh about it. Oh, I'm back. Oh yeah, I guess did your thing cut out? Amazing Tribe said, French toast, those funky peanuts are gross. Oh my gosh. Amazing Tribe, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Cameron Palm said, it's an old tweet, and she has a song with Rihanna that was supposed to be on Anti, allegedly. That's why she bit Rihanna's security boob and has an ongoing one-sided beef with her. Yikes. Listen, I was about to say the Nicki quote, you do it for likes, but, you know, I don't want to talk about her like that. Tyro said, I love how Zelia always calls Beyonce Bianca. Oh my, Bianca. Yeah, I have like, my words have been like, Bianca, Beyonce, Bianca. Honestly, she calls her Bianca so much that I'm just like, wait, is her name like Bianca? Like, do I need to like look into this? There is a Bianca Lawson, right? There is a Bianca Lawson, which they are related. I think it's so funny. I think it's so interesting too. You're between 5'7" and 5'10" too. Listen. Sunny Side Up said, you were going to blow up. You were so creative. Oh my, what? Whoa, what's going on? Ooh. Can y'all see my head inflate? Hold up. Let me pull up a video. Let me pull up the photo of Megan Thee Stallion. Yo, let me pull up this photo of Megan Thee Stallion. Look at my head just expanding. I just like... Can y'all see this? Okay. So you can see my head dilating as we speak so that I can read this comment. Let's try this again. Sunny Side Up. Look at Megan Thee Stallion's head inflated, and now look at me. Sunny Side Up said, you are going to blow up. You are so creative. This is the type of channel I've always wanted to find. A Black woman who discusses tech and pop culture topics in a high level way. You see how my head just like inflated? Blue heart. You know I love the emoji. So it's like, mwah, mwah. Let me take this photo down. Y'all like, this girl needs to relax. Relax. Okay, perfect. Cameron Palm said, the music industry could be so good. There are so many niches that are to be filled, but their managers and themselves are going to be the same artist branch. This is why I'm also really curious to see what happens with Willow. You know what I mean? Like, somebody made a really funny comment about how, like, even though Willow Smith is obviously from an affluent family, of course, like, she's from a like star power family, she don't cash in those checks enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she could be considered a quote unquote industry plant. Like, she's not. Like, she doesn't really use her connects like that. And obviously she has obviously benefited from being in that family, which is why she even gets a lot of her modeling deals. And of course she is I think model like editorial standard, if that makes sense. But she's somebody that I think about because like people have really been vibing with her music. And of course there are other people who've made like this rock kind of sound, and taking page out of like a lot of people's books. Like, I see a little like Florence, I see a little Bjork, like I see a lot of interesting, actually, I feel like a lot of people don't take pages out of Bjork's book enough. But yeah, like that's why I'm really interested to see like how she rises and what could be happening there. Like, is she comfortable enough to like enter the music industry? I'm super curious about that. Okay, let me read some of these comments so I can get more current. Because I want to see what y'all said about my big head. Okay. Tyro said, y'all remember when Azealia was trying to get with Kanye after the divorce? I low-key wanted the chaos. Listen, after Azealia Banks came out about that information with, of course, the comedian, Dave Chappelle, I believe, I was like, oh, anything is possible. To be completely honest, when like people say people that they've had like sex with, like I'm like, I have no clue why like somebody would make that type of information up. You know what I mean? Like, I have no clue why somebody would even like make that up. So not like I assume that it's true. Obviously, like I, keep the third eye open. But I wouldn't be surprised. Like, do y'all think like, especially, it's so interesting you say that, Tyra, because like, does anybody remember when like she had also said that she had done like a lot of like audio-visual artwork for like Skims and like Kanye and like some of his work. And I'm like, oh, so you guys definitely know each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys clearly have like communication with each other. So it wouldn't be beyond the stretch of the imagination, Michelle said, I was waiting for the fiasco at Tyro's. Listen. Karen Palm said, the entertainment industry is extremely volatile. If you don't have a fan base, you'll fall the fuck off. Look at Iggy Azalea, two number ones and essentially regress to an underground artist. You know what she should have never done? She should have never taken a deal with T.I. That was like, that was the mistake. Like, I don't think she should have taken a deal with T.I. And like T.I., what he was trying to do, he was trying to cement his like, I guess, his brand. He was trying to, obviously, like T.I., like people obviously knew of T.I., but I think he was trying to cement his like development brand, like Scooter Braun, like in terms of like, oh, I can develop people, I can bring people in, so I'm gonna bring in this girl. But I think his mistake was he should have brought in like a Black woman. Like, he should have brought in somebody who had talent, number one, but then somebody who this was not gonna happen. But you know what I mean? I take that back. He should not have brought in a Black woman. We know what he does to women, so I don't really think it would have been a great thing. Like, even Iggy Azalea has like even insinuated and talked about maybe certain things that she may or may not have had to do with Tiny and T.I. and some of the things that she saw just to keep her deal with his like record label. So I wouldn't really wish that on anybody. But yeah, in terms of solidifying a brand, I'm like, yeah, you need to solidify a brand. Like, I can't even believe, like, I was talking to, this is near the end of this is like a longer video, so maybe nobody's gonna hear this if they saw this or heard this recorded, so I'm just gonna say it. I was in like an interesting meeting talking with like a talent manager, and we were discussing some interesting things. And something that they were asking me, they were like, what if like the talent, what if they don't have like a super fan audience that wants to pay like a few bucks a month to like watch stuff or whatever? And I was like, that's a problem. Like, we're not talking about merchandising and hoodies, that are like $40 a pop. Like if you don't have like a super fan audience that has at least $40 a year or like $30 a year to dedicate to the work that you do, that's a slight problem. And you might need to start thinking and strategizing about that because your talent is huge. So if you even think that that is a possibility, we definitely need to stay in communication. And I'll leave it at that. Okay, and also, Cameron, that's also a really great comment because the baby lost his core audience. I believe that, and I said this, I literally said this, like, I think I said this in the baby is broke, I fear video, where I was just like, I believe that a lot of his core audience were Black women, and like after he kept getting into assault cases and punching and laughing and punching down, like quite literally, like, you know, on Black women, I and just all of these other things that were going on with him and his crew, I just felt like a lot of his audience kind of lost passion. They were like, "You're not even attractive anymore. Like, you used to wear diapers. Like, you really are a child. Like, what is this, honey? What is this?" Like, so I feel like the baby is a really great example. You know what I mean? Like I said, like the baby came up with Megan Thee Stallion, and it's like, what is going on? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on? Like, I think like that's why I said that there's jealousy. I feel like people are jealous of Megan Thee Stallion. Like she has, and honestly, she was on a tight line. Like when I think she was hanging out with certain types of people, but it's like, oh, you know, unfortunately, you're trying to invoke the names of like Black women to help resolve certain issues. But I feel like you're not practicing what you preach with the certain people you associate with. I was really fearful for her because I'm like, you are treading on some fine line right now, and this is what I'm saying. Like team, like you guys need to make really good PR decisions. But thank goodness, obviously, for Megan's sake, she was able to retain her like core audience. But DaBaby is a good example of somebody who lost their core audience and they're not able to. I feel like, do you guys think like DaBaby's downfall is also like industry? Like, do you guys think that whoever was maybe helping him in the industry was like, oh no, no, this isn't going the way that we thought this was gonna go when we cashed in on you, so we're gonna pull back our support. Let me read these comments. Cameron said, Azealia Banks and Kanye West are the Joker and Harley Quinn. Let me just screenshot that. Let me just screenshot that. The blatant racism, discrimination, disrespect on TikTok is sad. People don't know will pull up anywhere, watch one style. Like, listen. What are you guys' thoughts on this? I'm like super curious. What do you guys think of like a streaming video on demand service for creators that make really great content? And it would be like produced. And I know like there are certain people doing it, but I'm not talking like Netflix version. I'm talking like HBO Max. Like, what do you guys think like if a HBO Max came out and it was like with creator, like Kev on Stage is doing this, but it's like invite only. So it's like whoever gets involved with this like production company. But I'm super curious as it pertains to like TikTok, because I feel like, listen, Blueprint. Let me just write it down. Like Blueprint, like you guys have so much distribution. Like why are you even trying to like force your way into like certain places in traditional media where they'll ask you to show up to some hotel at like Burbank to do God knows what with like a producer to get like a role when you already have like, let me make up a number now. You see, I almost slipped. When you have, I don't know, 3 million, you know, fans or followers, like, why do you even have to do all of this stuff? Like, who's your manager? This is what I'm saying. Sia said, have you heard about satanic backmasking with pop music? Apparently, when some of the music is played backwards, there are evil messages encoded. Some of the musicians sold their souls. I need like the Twilight Zone music. I need, you know, the music I need to play? The SVU. Dun dun. I need sound effects. I need a soundboard. Call-ins are literally gonna happen soon. I'm like planning for a call-in episode, hopefully by like mid-July, early July. We'll do a call-in episode. I'm literally gonna be playing laugh tracks. Whenever somebody says stupid before I hang up the phone, I'm like, click. Let me stop. Bianca Lawson and Beyonce are stepsisters. Yes. I was like, yes, like it's like whenever I hear Bianca, Beyonce, I'm like, wait, which one are you talking about? Mason Charm said, damn, bobblehead, Thee Stallion, yikes, I want Funko Pop. I have to search that up. Cameron Palm said, the artists that sold their souls are the most talented and the most, listen, And it's so interesting. It's so interesting. Yeah, oh yes, it says Sunny Side Up said Jada was in a metal band, which was cool. Like, did you guys see that clip where Willow was singing like the song? Like from that she had written with her band, and she brought like the band back together. Is that like that is such like a Nickelodeon statement to make? Like bring the band back together? Like I feel like that's something like Nickelodeon would produce if they got their act together. Um what is this? Oh wait. Amazing Truck. Oh wait. Azealia is giving sloppy toppy? Oh my goodness. Honestly, you know, we sex posy. I think she's sloppy, but I don't say that in like a sexual. I talked about this in like the Azealia Banks is a spectacle. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I wish her the best. I wish her the best. I wish her the best. You know what I will say? Oh God. No, all right. I'm invoking the name of Azealia. You know, I feel as though with all the issues that she has, like with other people, I'm not even going to talk about her personal issues, but for example, like fat phobia, colorism, like a lot of interesting things that she likes to say about people. It's like throughout all of the stuff that she has over people, like thinness, and of course she has like an intersection of identity, so it's not a binary. I find it interesting that like she subscribes to the systems and she lords it and holds it over people, but she still gets treated like shit. So it's just like Godspeed. She still gets treated badly, and she has stuff that she obviously has to take responsibility for, but it's just like I don't even like I don't even have anything to say publicly. You need to be able to translate 10% off of your following into money. There's no reason you should have 1 million followers and make less than $100,000. But you see, Kenra, but when you tell these people this, they're like, oh, well, instead of us fixing this issue, they're like, oh, well, well, ghost. And I'm like, you, listen, this is why I said, like, y'all need to fire some of your managers. Like, you're fired. What did Joseph Fifth, the fifth button say? You are fired. You are fired. Like, you are fired. And they don't get it. I'm just like, you don't understand. Like, just as you came up in a year and you came up and people know you, is like the industry just moves. Like, it loves to discard people. Like, these platforms, they love to suck the talent out of people and like throw you away. There was literally this article that I was reading about somebody on TikTok who they got viral. They got a video that went viral and none of their other videos did it, and they had to go to therapy. They had to go to therapy. Like, these platforms will literally suck the life out of you, like the talent out of you, the ideations out of you, which is why I'm so curious to see what RDC is doing. Like, RDC World, like, literally, like, I watch their content, but it's also just, I am super curious to see where this is going, because listen, Supreme Jeans, like Mark Phillips, like all of them, Af, Ben, like Leland, like they've just been doing this. They really like believed in Mark. Like, I don't know. It's something to see. I feel like we're witnessing like another Issa Rae, or like what Issa Rae would have done if she had made all the great content that people wanted to see at once on YouTube and like do it as like a slower progression. Like RDC is like a really like expansive and timely like play of what could happen to somebody trying to become a writer, which is why I'm also curious to see what Evelyn of the Internets does, because she's kind of talked about how she had to take a pause from content and work as she works on other content and puts things behind paywalls, because she wants to become a writer. Like she doesn't mind doing sponsorships with Hulu, Netflix, all these people, but it's like I write. Like I literally made a short film. Like it went to Southwest by Southwest. It got awards. Like I want to make work. I want work. That's what I want to do. Yeah, Cameron said T.I. is probably going to jail. Yeah, to prison. Yeah. I honestly, once like the government peoples got involved and the FBI peoples got involved, I was like, oh no. You know what? When the networks started canceling, I said, uh-oh. Well. Cameron said, Dane Fant was never a substantial artist. He was violent. Music wasn't good. And there's 30 other DaBabies. Listen. Most artists can afford PR or at least had common sense now because Tory Lane's career is rising. But then again, the baby is dark skinned. That's also interesting. It's like, that's what I mean. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, Tory Lanez is literally like, I literally asked this question. I have not heard one of his songs intentionally, like on purpose, like in real life. I just have not. Like, I don't even know people who I have heard this man's work like play. I don't understand. So it's like the baby, when the baby is, and all these other people are trying to like spite their nose to cut off their face. Is that how to say it? Cut off their nose to spite their face. It's just like, you guys are literally like transferring your clout over to him. It's so, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that's why this stuff looks so eerie. It's like, you guys don't even understand what you're doing right now. Like, you are transferring like core audience over to these people, and it just doesn't even make any sense. Most artists can't afford to pay for PR. Oh yes, it would be cooler. It would be fire cooler than a fan. Oh my gosh, on HBO Max. Ugh. Cameron Palm said, I do think the violence he was perpetuating was helping him because it played into the hyper-masculine violence that people desire from dark-skinned men. Sunny Side Up said, you should totally do a video on Azealia Banks. It would be a hit. She's an interesting case. She had a Bussy soap brand at some point. Yo, Carrie was brought that up in the 4 live stream. I was literally... Let me write it down before I forget. Okay. Sunny Side Up. And I'll put your name. So I have Lynn Wooten here with the hairstyle. And I'll have Sunny Side Up. The Blueprint episode, a Blueprint episode featuring Azealia Banks. And I'll talk, I guess, her soap. Soap, and then Azealia Banks. There we go. Cameron Palm said, RDC World is good. They make nice skits and it's relatable. Mark is like a comedic genius. I don't know. Like, I think like I can maybe say that. Mark is a comedic genius. Like, I think he does most of the writing, like for their skits, and like his delivery and his face. I'm like, you know what you're doing. Like, it's so hard to explain. Like, I think that's, I think you might've been the one who said this, or Tyra Rose. It's like, when you see it, or like, I think it's, no, Tyra Rose about Rihanna. Like, she can hear it. She can hear it. She can feel it. She can see it. Like, this is it. This is it. I have a friend, and I literally told this person, like, if I ever make music, if I haven't already, but okay, all right, cute. Come on, stop that. But she literally is my ear. Like, she has an amazing ear. I think I have an amazing ear and amazing eye, but I think like technically, like the music technicalities, like she's brilliant. She's a fucking genius. Like she is like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I don't even know how to explain some of the people I know. Like, I'm just like, yo, how is it that you're even able to do stuff like this? Like, I literally have always told this person, like, if I had a lot of money, I would literally rent out a house and we should just produce music. And I will do all the business shit that I can pull out of my magic hat. And we are about to make this stuff happen. Listen. Amazing Tribe said the baby song Ball If I Want To music video is like, oh, let me watch that. What is it? Ball If I Want To. Ball If I Want To, the baby. Cameron Palm said Tory Lanez's diss album was his highest debut, was in the top 10, basically did similar pure sales as a bigger artist like Megan Thee Stallion, and has songs around that time, and probably will soon enter the top 10. Like, I can't, it's just like, you guys don't understand, like, these people literally are transferring like their clout, like they're literally like transferring their social capital over to Tory Lanez. It's like, who is it? Like, it does kind of seem very ritualistic, which I don't even want to say that because like I'm not one of those people. But like, it seems very like exchange, like, whoa, like, I don't even think you're understanding what you're doing. This is bad strategy. Like, the baby, that's why I said, I fear, the baby is broke. I fear you are broke. You're broke. You don't even understand what you're doing right now. CA said the music of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and probably the early 2000s were more interesting. The music now is something else. I don't know which pop song is even number one. I have a lot of thoughts on that. I also feel like if I made music, I would really invest in selling like digital files. I think, and that's also because I listen to files. Like, if you don't have like Apple Music or whatever, like I listen to music. Do you make sense? Like, I would buy your music. There have been artists that I like reached out to you, and I'm like, I don't want to stream this. You don't even get paid off of this. Like, can you? And you do know that like album sales, whether they're digital or physical, do count and convert as stream. I don't know. Like, I maybe they don't. Maybe they're not like official publishing yet. Like, maybe they're not with BMI or ASCAP, which those are two really huge, I believe, publishing. Wait, is it publishing or distribution? BMI and ASCAP. If you're in music, you know what I'm talking about. Those two people. But I'm like, is it that they're not like officially published yet? Like, is it like not that it's not on TuneCore? Like, why don't you want me to buy your music? Like, what is it? You think I'm gonna pirate this? You don't think that people don't know how to pirate music off of like a streaming like service? You know. But that's not me. If it were me though, if I did manage talent, I'd be like, you know who people should really be. If you and the thing is like most artists are independent. Like I believe it's like 99% or like 98% of artists are independent. They need to be taking like a play out of like, there's this producer and artist that I think he's amazing. Gum MP3. He goes by two names, Dirty Bird and Gum MP3. He is literally the blueprint of what I believe independent artists really should be doing. Most artists are going to be independent. They're not going to be an industry person. Like if you don't have connections to access and what did I say? Like I keep saying this, like Kanye West, like the power of accessibility. Like if you're not necessarily getting into spaces of access and major distribution, you know, who knows what that's going to look like for you. Okay. And then once I get to the bottom of these comments, I will end the live. I kind of want to go live again on Friday. I'm wondering like maybe something will happen on Friday that we'll talk about. Friday was really, really fun. Today was really fun. I loved it. Cameron Palm said pop music back then was more complex because there was more money behind the music and media was heavily reliant upon different avenues. Let me tell you something. Amazing Tribe said RDC1 are talented. Yeah, I did see that. They got $250,000 because they won this dodgeball tournament. King Vader was that brother got a streaming director deal with like, it's just, listen, people really need, especially if you know that you're making this your job, like you gotta have these eyes open. Yeah, Tory Lanez needs to turn that clout into a hairline. Uh-oh. Brokiana. I think I might have said Blockiana. I don't know what is that in reference to. Oh, maybe you're not talking to me. Karen Pump said, I do think artists are making just good music, but the focus is less on musical talent and directly on garnering from their fans, like influencers. That's why if they don't debut high, they lose. The transfer of clout was what happened with WAP. Megan definitely helped Cardi. Yeah, it's just like, let this woman's career fade away. Like Cardi B is afraid to put out this album. This is something that I've been sitting on. I wrote that idea down like a few months ago. I'm like, yo, why is Cardi B scared to put out her second album? Because she doesn't want her work. There's a lot of stuff going on. And so when Megan Thee Stallion did that WAP video with her, I was like, oh God, why did you resuscitate her? Why did you resuscitate her? Tyrose, he's a habitual no hairline stepper, huh? Bruh. And then Kara Palm said, the only big thing that happened today, which is sad, is Chris Brown allegedly hitting another woman. Like, oh my goodness. Speaking of like artists, did you guys hear about this whole thing happening with like Usher and like T-Pain? Like, what are you guys' thoughts on that? And like, once I read your comments for that, I'll let you guys go for sure. I don't want to keep you on too long. Y'all, like, I have stuff to do. I got stuff to do, like. But, like, did y'all see all that? Like, happening with T-Pain? Hey, oh my God. Okay, I have to ask. Okay. Timilor Al-Hassan, like, mwah, hey. Okay, tell me, did you get the notification? Like, I think I'm, like, testing it out. I'm like, maybe I'll just go surprise live without, like, scheduling it. Because, like, I'm wondering, like, I'm like testing this out because some people say that they don't really get the notifications, but I'm making an assumption because you probably were like busy doing something else. Hey, hey, mwah, mwah. I'm going to be coming off in a second. Every time a wig falls off a head, when in doubt, blame Chris Brown. OMG, why are people so disrespectful to T-Pain? I don't get it. Like, that was so rude. And it's so interesting because it's like people use auto-tune. And actually, I don't think, is it T-Pain that I'm thinking of? If it is T-Pain that I'm thinking of, that primarily uses, oh my God, what are we talking about? Voice tune. Then he also can sing. I believe T-Pain can sing. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but like T-Pain can sing. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right person, but T-Pain actually can sing. Yeah. Amazing Tribe said T-Pain should have fought Usher. Listen, we would have had to fight. And it's interesting because like Usher, I mean, he has used like different vocal kind of arrangements in his songs. Obviously, I'm not here to claim that Usher can't sing. I never said that. I see that going around. I'm like, that's not what I said. But it's like people use different like production like elements. So I just don't even know why he said that. Like, why would you even say that? I would have had to fight you. Oh my gosh. Okay, Temalor Al-Hassan. Okay, no, I didn't. Okay. Interesantes. You know what I'm gonna do on Friday? So don't tell nobody, y'all. I'm gonna go live on Friday. And I'm gonna like just pop up. Like, maybe I should do it like ahead of time. I think like maybe as I grow an audience, maybe it'll, you know. Cause like I don't want to schedule like things too far in advance because like as somebody who watches content on YouTube, I'm like, oh God, it's so far away. Like, what are we gonna see from you? What are we gonna hear from you? It's too long. Also, I'm like, if I live stream too much, like, will you guys get tired of this? That's kind of something I've also been thinking about. I'm like, I'm trying to think about it. I'm like, ooh, how does this work? Like, live streaming like on a Twitch makes sense, right? Because like you live stream, and I feel like live streaming is not the future, but I think it's like it's a tool that maybe not a lot of people use enough. And so I'm really curious to know like what live streaming can do. The only reason why I'm using it between content is because I'm like, oh, let's just chat. Actually, let's procrastinate. Yeah, yes, T-Pain can sing. Like, okay, no, Kenra Palm said, like, did he randomly just say, I think, like, Usher had approached T-Pain or, like, pulled him aside or like, had called him and said, oh, voice tune, like, you ruined, like, the music industry or something like that. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, why would you say that to me? Like, what's going on? So it was that essentially that Usher had reached out to him and was like, yo. Like, yo. Yes, T-Pain can sing. Temalor said, yes, he can. Okay, yes, I am thinking, because I had seen one of his videos. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, oh my gosh. Like, whoa, this is really interesting. Mason Sharp said, T-Pain can actually sing. Like, yeah, like both of them. Like, Usher and T-Pain, they can like actually for real sing. Like, oh, auto-tune, oh gosh. I said voice tune. You see? I think I was like saying like face tune in my head. And I was like, what's the one for the throat? Auto-tune, thank you. Usher used Camera Pump said Usher used auto-tune to go number one, ironically, with OMG years later. Yeah, that's what I was like, whoa, like I was about to make a joke, like he pulled a Jay-Z. What did Jay-Z say to like what are those other people like, oh, why would you take a deal with the NFL? And then he took a deal with the NFL, and I'm like, yo, like, come on, like, you're not serious. You are not serious. Yeah, so it is very ironic, like, you know. Tamalor said, Al Hassan said, no, I like hearing you talk. Listen. Oh, God. All I'm going to say is, like, people have started telling me, like, my voice is recognizable, and I'm like, oh, God. Oh, no. This is why I try to throw on the accents. I'm like, oh, maybe if I say it like this, they're not going to recognize my voice. Like, one of these days, like, Tiana is gonna go live again, and then I'm gonna like change my photo and just change my name and like see, like, maybe I can change my identity But you know, people are gonna be in the comments like, yo, is that not like that girl? Isn't that like Avi? What does Kiana say? Isn't that like Avi? Like, who isn't that girl Q? Like, where's her photo? Like, where I'm gonna test my theory. Live streaming is much more conversational, and I'm personally a fan. I really like it. I think like sometimes I come on here hype. Like I like ones where I'm speaking calmly, but there was definitely one where I was like, oh my god, these people, are you dumb? Are you stupid? That's why I tell people like, don't even be sharing these videos on Twitter. Please don't share these videos. Like, you know, subscribe through your Finsta account. But the moment this channel goes viral, everybody, we should be afraid. That's all I'm gonna say. Be fearful. Be fearful. Your live streams do really well. Yeah, I've been noticing. You know what I've even been thinking about doing? Camroy. Okay, so Camroy Palm made a really interesting comment. Or no. Okay, so I'm reading in order. So Temlor said, no, I like hearing you speak. LOL. Tyra said, live streaming is much more conversational, so I'm personally a fan. Camroy Palm then said, your live streams do really well. I was thinking about making a video on Jessie Woo, like, and doing it live, like doing like a blueprint video live. I don't know. Like, you know, the thing, like, I was thinking about just like some of these videos live. That's why I really have been trying to like integrate music. Maybe like the next time I go live, you guys will hear like a background, like beat, a licensing free kind of beat that I can use, because I really want to turn it into like a show. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if stuff is happening. If we want to do spectacle, let's do spectacle. Hashtag spectacle of the society. Guy Debord. Let's do spectacle. Let's do a spectacle. Yes. Let's do a spectacle. Like, y'all are hearing me be messy. This is why I hope nobody makes it this far, yeah? Because I have already announced that I'm going to try and be, you know, messy boots and create a spectacle. Amazing Tribe said, don't tell nobody, you are so unforgettable. That song by Sway Lee and French Montana is playing on the radio. Interesting. Tyro said he sent it to him in desperation for 4 years. What? You see, and this is why you're blocked. I can't even believe that. Nonsense. Amazing Tribe said, if I was him, me and Ush would be fighting in the octagon for sure. Yo. Cameron Palm said, people have very similar voices though. And you could be using an app to change your voice at the moment. Everything is for entertainment purposes. And I'm sick. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Yes, do that. It would be really fun. Okay, let me write that down. Kenroy Palm said, live show things. Music background, maybe like an episode. I do like a true taping. Oh my gosh, y'all better start calling me Wendy Williams. You're like, not Wendy Williams. Call me Wendy Williams, baby. Okay, let's can y'all see the foolishness? Can y'all hear the foolishness in this voice? Music background, maybe even like tape a live show like topic. So like, for example, if I like tapes like let's say I did the Kanye video live. Okay, so I'll put a star next to this. Okay, so I have Sunny Side Up, Lynn Wooten, and then Amazing Tribe said, listen to this song by DaBaby. Okay. Perfecto. Cameron Palm said, yes, do that. It would be fun. Cameron Palm said, or try something beforehand. Yeah, I think, like I probably might practice it in like a private stream, like a private taping, and just like see how is it running, and I'll listen to the playback, because I really had to like prep everything beforehand. That's why when you guys said that one day that I was having like video issues, I was like, oh, nah, you're not gonna do this to me. Hold up, we've switched this up. Switch. I just switched the flip. I just flipped the switch. Flip. Yes, you see, this is branding and talent. People need to hire you for your ideas. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Tamalor said, Al Hassan, yes, I like that idea. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Amazing Tribe said, you have a pretty voice. Thank you. Por favor. Tyra said, oh, I meant depression. Yeah, like, it sent him into depression. Like, he was like, wow, why would, like, an artist that clearly, like, they make good work, why would they call me and say something like this? Like, you know what I mean? It kind of makes me think of, like, especially in conjunction with the comment that Ken Roy made about, like, Usher made a song coincidentally with autotune that ended up going like #1 with autotune. Like, can you imagine like being the blueprint, no pun intended, and like somebody calls you talking about the work that you do sucks, even though like T-Pain songs aren't bad, you know what I mean? He was more so commenting on the autotune, and then people use these kind of elements that you used solely and that maybe you weren't really cool for using. And you really just sit on that and you really think about that. DC Purple Diva. Hey, mwah, mwah. Ola from the West Side, everyone. I'm late. No notification, boo. Okay. Okay, Tamalor Alhassan. Okay, and then DC, the Purple Diva. Okay, I'm going to keep this in mind. I'm going to keep testing out, like, how I do these live streams. Because, like, I think I scheduled one that was, like, a day in advance. I scheduled one that was, like, the day of. So maybe the next one, so maybe Friday, I'll just, like, pop up. I'll just, like, pop. I'm here. Are you here? When do people get off on work on Friday? I think it's like 6 p.m. 7:30. Yeah. I'm like thinking of a good time like to go live. It can't be like too. I feel like Friday lives that are late are really cool because it's like, what am I doing? Like, what are you doing late? But it's also like maybe people are out, so maybe it should be around like 7 or 6. Amazing tried. I've been telling you to do more lives. How you doing? Eating pancakes. Karen Palm said, wait, is the Jessie Woo video about? What is the Jessie Woo video about? I don't know. It doesn't need to be the one about Jessie Woo, but I was going to make a blueprint video for Jessie Woo since it was requested. It honestly might not be the one that I do. But shoot, I kind of want to read out. I kind of want to read out the videos that I have like in the pipeline. I want to talk about how concerts, like the power of concerts, God, there's actually like so many, but the Jessie Woo one, I think I was gonna talk about how she should probably get into production. You know what I mean? Like, it's like how people talk about she was from Jessie. Who's this black girl that's from Disney? Okay, I work from home, LOL. Okay, I'm gonna keep this in mind. I'm gonna write down the time actually. Like, so y'all came on around like 5, like 6 and 7. And then 7. Let me put a circle around this. Who is that girl from like Jessie? Who is that girl from Disney that was causing all this problems? The girl that was dating Jules, the son of Solange. What is her name? I'm like forgetting her name. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue. But essentially, it's like how people comment about her and they're like, you were on Disney, like what, like, do you necessarily need to become like an influencer per se? Like, maybe do you want to get into like music? It's like how Coco is doing a lot of work with this other YouTuber, like I believe his name is Tyrell, and they have like the cooking show. Like, that's what I'm saying, like the difference of content. You know what I mean? And so like sometimes for Jessie Woo, I'm like maybe I want to see some diversification of like from commentary, especially because now that people have commented and seen like stuff that she's done on the podcast, I'm like, okay, like you could use your clout and you could use your connections in industry to maybe become like a well-known producer for creators, and you could literally maybe make more of like a content show. And since you have clout, you have social capital, you could parlay that into another kind of production venture. But that was kind of something I was thinking about. God, so many people. I was thinking of something for, is it Ambrosia or for Sade Watkins? Like, just like different things. Okay. Timurler said, just wanted to say, I really appreciate your videos. Your thoughts, takes, and topics are original. I hardly engage with creators, but your small community makes me want to oh my gosh, like, can I blush? Listen, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put like bad blush on my emoji. I can't even blush. Like, obviously my skin is obviously darker. So I can't blush. I'm blushing. I'm smiling right now. When you see the emoji, you'll know it's for you, Tamilor. Like you'll know it's for you because I'm like blushing. I'm like, ugh, oh my gosh. I was about to write an essay on your Meg video because I have so many thoughts too. Listen, I've been thinking about this stuff for a while. Like the stuff that I talk about, I think. See, I said, what do you think of Afrobeats music? I think so much about Afrobeats music. I didn't even know where to begin. You know what? I will make a comment here. I listened to some really interesting, speaking of like Gum MP3, who he's a Black American. He's from, I believe, North Carolina, and he makes house music. Like I was even listening to like South African like house music, and I was like, yo, this is like amazing. Like this is like amazing. This is such interesting stuff. I know like when people usually say Afrobeats, they talk about like, I guess it probably might be in reference to like West African music or like maybe Nigerian people who make music. But yeah, I fucks with it. Yeah. I will say though, when I'm in the club to dance, like I need to dance. Like I need to dance. So I need you to be saying some interesting stuff on this song. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. DC Purple Diva said, I work from home. Ooh, okay, so I'll write that also down. Like, because I like sometimes go on live streams and I'm like, wait, I'm working, and I'm like have my earphones in, but I can hear you, you know. And people would just be showing up to lives in the middle of the day. I'm like, wait, we all have like work to do. Like, what are we all doing here? Yes, Sky Jackson. Thank you so much, Sky Jackson. Yes, Sky Jackson. Yes, like it's like how people kind of make comments about Sky Jackson, and they're like, I feel like you don't necessarily need to make these types of videos. It's not even that, I'm not saying there's a problem with you having a TikTok or like a YouTube, but like maybe you could do something else, you know? Like even if you don't want to enter into acting again, because you know, when it comes to child actors, like God only knows what the sort of stuff that they be going through. So I'm not even here to say like, oh, she needs to re-enter the industry. DC the Purple Diva, I just a spoken word today and an autism vlog yesterday. I'm working on a femininity video. I'm all over the place with my uploads. Like, you know, it's yeah, like just very like a lot of stream of thoughts. I've been having like a lot of thoughts. I don't know if it's like the weather or the sun, but definitely a lot of stream of thoughts as well. Amazing Trust said, also check out African Black lady artist Busi Siwa. Are y'all really giving me like recommendations? Who was that one person on the live stream that was giving me like a cookie recipe? And I was like, oh my gosh, am I really like getting like a recipe on like the live? Like, is this what we do? Oh my, are we gonna cook? Listen, should I take y'all to my kitchen? I literally have like an emoji that has a kitchen, and I was gonna do this whole segment about white people cooking food, but you see, let me just stop. I was like, that's too weird. They're not. Listen, this is really weird. This is really weird. What is she doing? Timolor said, I really liked her because we're the same age, but a mess. She gets in is really dumb. It's just like, what's going on? I feel like her mom is like in on it sometimes. I'm like, you know, what are you doing? Like, can you help this child? Like, please, what is going on? Coco Jones, yes. Karen Palm said she wants to do music, it seems, and commentary will essentially ruin that option for her. Yeah, it's very hard to explain. Like, it's like she considers herself an entertainer, and Jessie Woo is who I'm referencing right now. Like, Jessie Woo wants to become an entertainer. You know what I mean? Like, she wants to be an artist, like, and so it's just been really interesting trying to, like, think of thoughts for her. To be honest, Timler says, I don't know what Sky Jackson could do. She wrote a book, though. Very interesting. Tyro said, I've really been into bounce music. Ooh. DC the Purple Diva said, I love house, deep house, too. Yeah, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, some of these, like, genres of music are just so good. Like, I'm just like, Black people will just like touch stuff and it's like, whoa, amazing. This is really good stuff. Like, really, really good. Cameron Palm said, I think Sky can model, act, or essentially become an influencer. She has a YouTube and she's very nice. Yeah. Timler says, to be honest, I don't know if that's what TBF. Sky is in college right now. Ooh, okay. Okay, Timler said, she said a while ago she's focusing on school. Okay. And honestly, that makes sense. Maybe she could do it like what Megan did. She went to USC, I think, and then she did iCarly. Even though I feel like I want more original works. Like, I'm not really a fan of like reboots, but you know. Even though I think that at this point, I don't necessarily know. Like, obviously, she has money, but I respect it. Karen Palm said, I think Sky can branch out because she has a fan base essentially 3 plus minus 3 her age, 19. Yeah, like she has the ability to parlay like that young audience that she still has. Tyra said, do you watch Ryan Finn? Yes, I do. I am so excited to see like her fashion. Like she's been working on her fashion works for a while. And so it's been really interesting. Like I'm super interested to see like the sort of fashion items that she designs. Like I believe now she's able to design full time in her New York City loft. I had to do it. And so I've just been like seeing really interesting pieces. I'm like, whoa. Amazing Tribe, let's hit the dance floor. Then girls, so let's whisper my deep voice. Okay. DC Purple Diva said, I love how you have a moving memoji. I still can't figure out doing that on my YouTube. Amazing Tribe said, it was me that told you about, oh my God, you're giving me like all these like recipes. I'm like, oh my goodness. Karen Palm said, I honestly think Jessie Woo doesn't know what she wants. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't know what she wants. And I think that's why it's confusing for me. Okay. So I got to the bottom of the comments. I really want to see like I wonder like if I cancel out of this, will I be able to bring up like the content list? Shoot, let's see. You guys don't see anything. Let me put this on top. Let me put this on top of this. Hold on. I think it's working. I think you guys can still see it. Okay, let me pull up my notes real quick. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, let me pull this up real quick. Kimberly Sherrill. Somebody had recommended like a really famous like skater, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Somebody said Jackie Aina and the marketing blueprint for how she made Forever Mood a success. So that's something on the Blueprint series. Sade Watkins, Ambrosia, and then Jessie Woo. Here is Patreon content, like content that I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to make something about. Okay, I'll skip over that. Maybe I shouldn't read that out loud. Oh my gosh, there's a video that I want to make called "The Luxury Movement Takes Advantage of Black Women," but you see, that's why I was like, I don't know if people can do it. Like, I don't know. And then of course I made the video "The Best People Never Make It." I think I want to make like the Power of Accessibility a series, because I literally was going to talk about Sweetie. I was going to talk, once I saw that cover on that magazine, I was like, ain't no way. There is no way. Like, and then, oh my gosh. And then, of course, Rihanna chats with me about her new album. Talked about before. Next video episode, my interview with Beyonce Carter Knowles. Another episode that's in production. Rihanna chats with me about her new album. Oh my gosh. And then another episode called Kenya Barris addresses his brownish show in the Ish series. Hashtag Kenya Barris must be stopped. Must be stopped. And then YouTube videos that are also upcoming. These are more YouTube. What would you do to become famous? The Power of Beauty and how it leads to your demise. The Power of Music concerts. Concert reemergence in 2021. Summer 2021. Okay, I was also going to make a video called The Death of Children's Cartoon. Like the cartoon era, like children's cartoons are over, I think. Like I think now that people have, and I'm elaborating right now, I feel like the way that people can see like cartoons made for adult entertainment has pivoted away some of the talent, you know? And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I just think that like, I know that Viacom CBS, like Disney, they have enough money to hire people to do really good children's programming and adult programming. I'm just like really telling y'all, listen, this is all literally my videos. Like I'm literally like telling you guys like, so yeah, Ken wrote, yes, Tamar Al Hassan. Don't worry, I'll read you guys' comment. Yes, Kenya Barris must be stopped. Must be stopped. Listen. Yeah, and that's a good comment too. DC for the Purple Diva said, Kenya Barris is from Inglewood, but you can't tell. You can't tell with his new money. Interesting comment. Okay, reading down the rest. Okay, I have a video idea here called "The Power of Rihanna" and the Blueprint, and I think that was supposed to be like the intro to season 2. I have the death of Instagram to BBL plastic surgery pipeline. Oh my god. I wanted to make a video on why do Black people love anime so much, and you guys are not going to believe this. I was able to find a super suit for my emoji. I was literally able to find a Kamehameha like outfit for my emoji. Like, I can't even believe it. For Dragon Ball Z, I was literally able to find a Dragon Ball Z costume for my character, and I'm just like, yo, like, I am truly an automaton. Like, where is Kayana? I am the Avi. I am the Avi. I was literally gonna buy it and wear it in the video. Okay, I was gonna make a video on who is the best rap girl out right now. The next one, the evolution of Doja Cat and her career, the evolution of Kenny JD and her content. I think I was gonna like make like, you know, I think like these episodes, like the evolution of, I think I was gonna like start an evolution of like series of people where I really like, it's really interesting to see how their content has progressed, but I'm not sure. These are all things in like the drafts. I think I had a video here talking about if I ever wanted to become a famous fashion designer, this is how I do it. Okay, I was gonna make a video on the best episode of the Boondocks. Oh my god. And I think one of my most favorite episodes of the Boondocks is the one where they were selling like the candy. Like, that was like so, like, the industrial complex. Do you know, like, after I watched that episode, I literally was looking into that. I was like, how do they do this whole network of like Girl Scout cookies? Like, I need to know, because these people are making money, and it really is like a gang. Like, it really is like a crew. Like, you really have to be in like the chocolate selling crew, the Girl Scout cookie crew. And then, of course, Lil Nas is a marketing genius. I was going to make a video on, like, Don't Forgive People. Next video, why is Cardi so afraid to put out her second album? I was going to make the blueprint, how Sweetie can become worth $200 million. I was going to make another blueprint, the blueprint, how Megan Thee Stallion can become a horror filmmaker. And then the last video I have in the pipeline is why Elon Musk might never make it to Mars on my watch. Because what have I said? Yes, spaceship is not making it out of this ethereal plane. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. And those are essentially all the videos I have ideas for. Okay, let me go back. Oh God. Is this like... Okay, great. It didn't cancel out. Perfect. So let me read these comments, and then once I get to the end, I'll let you guys go. Okay, yes. Kenry Palm said Miranda Cosgrove has another show that she did on NBC. Will in College didn't do as well because it's one of those 2-season wonders of NBC, but whatever channel. It was on the 30+ crowd. Yeah, like, you know what I want to see? If Miranda Cosgrove wants to come into acting, I want to see her in like a more serious role, because, you know, something that people commented on about her acting as a child is that she could play a really good evil character. Like, I want to see her be like a really interesting evil like character, evil Knievel like character. Cameron Palm said, yes, do that luxury video. That would be nice, but all those video ideas are great. Okay, let me write that down. The luxury movement takes advantage of Black women. Listen, but you know, I'm just like, God, who am I gonna bring? Who's gonna see this? Oh no, who gonna see this? What are people gonna say? Like, takes advantage of Black women. And I've been thinking about that for a while, because I'm like, where is this going? Which is why I think, like, I was on this one live of Tiana, and like, if you want to brag, like, that's really cool, but like, why don't you just say that? I think, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, you and I know that, like, your waist trainer business on Instagram is not how you can afford this. Like, which is why in the Mary Jane Byron video, I had possibly allegedly insinuated that, you know, she could be a sex worker. Like, I don't know, maybe she borrowed money that she couldn't pay back. Like, you know, something was going on, possibly, allegedly. Luxury movement. Okay. Timur said, Alhassan and I oop on the Black women in luxury. Listen. And Mason Tribe says, I'll put 2 stars next to that, because 2 people commented on that. So I'll put 2 stars. Matt Tapes, what? You over there wearing a bikini? Oh my goodness. Maple syrup. Oh, is that like a meal? I've never eaten like oatmeal and like orange juice. Tara Rose said, I'm unsure about the whole Black luxury campaign, because sometimes it gives fake until you might make it, which gives pull yourself up by the bootstraps sentiment to me. You see? And that's why I was like, I feel like you're taking advantage of Black women's social capital. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, you're taking advantage of the way that Black women, like, it's hard to explain. It's very like not black and white. So yes, I think that was really good descriptor for that. Tamalor Allison, Kenya Barris needs to go. He must be stopped. Like he's also, I believe, responsible for this upcoming like Cheaper by the Dozen movie. I'm like, oh my god. With Gabrielle Union, I'm like, oh my god. Like, you know what Disney should have done? They should have just meant Cheaper by the Dozen an all black family. Like, I just have no understanding. Like, what is Kenya? No, these are all really good ideas. Okay. DC the Purple Diva. Kenya. Oh, yes, I read that. Temler Al Hassan said, I'm very interested in art animation and there's so much potential and money, but these companies don't invest it. And it's like, that's what I be saying. Like, some of y'all doing money laundering. Like, you doing money laundering. You're doing something. Because I'm not understanding. Like, I have seen, obviously, we've seen really great children's work, right? Like, Gravity Falls was really great. Amazing World of Gumball, like great animation, great work. Like Steven Universe, of course, Adventure Time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm not even saying like we haven't seen very good children's entertainment. Like, you Avatar: The Last Airbender, please. Like, I couldn't even forget. Like, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, oh god, oh my god, don't even get me started. Like, don't even get me started. Like, you guys have enough money. I want to see good work. Okay, can I tell you guys a secret? Okay. Oh, okay. Let me stop. I'll tell you guys secrets on Friday. Let me stop. I'm gonna remember that I brought this up. Don't worry, or just remind me. Okay. I want to get to the bottom so I can let you guys go because I know we've been on here. I don't want to keep you guys on too long. They keep canceling shows before they really take off. Yeah, it's like 10 episodes. Like, is this enough? Like, are these small amount of episodes enough? Like, come on, like, get this syndicated. The Instagram BBL pipeline seems interesting. Okay, let me write that down. Instagram to BBL industrial complex is literally what I originally read. But I'm like, yo, is this spicy? It's a little spicy. Instagram to BBL plastic surgery pipeline. And also, we kind of discussed this. I think I talked about this with Tyra Rose in the last live stream, but I feel like the Instagram to BBL plastic surgery pipeline is coming to a close. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like coming to a close. It's coming to a close. And that's what I'm just like, yo, like, beware. That's all I'm going to say. Beware. Yes, DC the Purple Diva, we love anime. Yes, like, bro, I love anime. Like, oh. The PBS Unturned Arthur character is moist. It's sickening. Yes, wear that superhero outfit of the day. Listen, you guys are not gonna believe, like, I even found this outfit. I literally found this, like, Dragon Ball Z outfit. Like, I just, like, whoa. Wow, like, I'm kind of excited. Okay, since you guys commented on it, I really will buy the outfit and, like, wear it for the video. DC the Purple Diva said, yeah, Manifest couldn't even go on Netflix to finish the story, so we were left hanging next to NBC. There's this one show that I was thinking of. Oh my gosh. You guys are making me think of this one show that got canceled. And it was about like how aliens had crashed to space or crashed to Earth and how this family was on the run and how like the government and all this stuff was going on and changed. I have to remember the name because like I feel like what I just described, there are like 4 shows that might fit this description. And they literally like the government, what had happened was like the family was on the run, but when the aliens crashed down to Earth, the father had worked with the government. So they had an out. They were going through under like ground tunnels, and this is how they were able to make it out of the city as they had to decimate the whole city when the aliens came to Earth. Let me know if you guys know what show I'm talking about. And they got canceled. I'll try to, I think it was on AMC. I think the show was on AMC. I'm going to bring it up later in another live because I was like, dang, like somebody should pick this up. This is good work. Cameron Palm said, yeah, your channel is definitely going to blow up within the next 4 months. I recall y'all Diodamas. Listen, Tyra Rose has been really interesting, like predicting, like, are we like predicting this? Like, should I put like a date next to this? Let me screenshot this. Okay, screenshot. Amazing Tribe said, talk about Black Lightning series on CW not being renewed. Listen, you know what I also want to talk about? China Anne McClain, but listen. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, this is Fall from Grace. This is Fall from Grace, like, spin-off. Like, I don't even know how to explain, like, what I feel like is going on. You know what? Another video I was going to make? I was going to make a video about how, like, celebrities need influencers. Like, celebrities need content creators. Like, why do they need them so much if they're in traditional media? But it's because it's like all these people, like Sky Jackson, like China Anne McClain, like although she wants to leave traditional entertainment, she still wants to be in the face. You know what I mean? She still wants to be in the mix. She's on TikTok. She wants to be in the mix. She wants spectacle. You know, like that's still something she needs. These people, they need spectacle. They need distribution. I was literally going to talk about how Will Smith, like literally any traditional person that wants to come onto YouTube, they need to literally grab like a YouTuber or a TikTok or both. And it's so interesting, which is why it's like, I have no clue why influencers don't think that they shouldn't start parlaying like the super fan audience. Like you need it. You need it. You don't understand. You have a parasocial relationship. I need to play gospel music. This is what I mean. I need a soundboard. This is when I'd cue the gospel music. They need. Okay, so Black Lightning episode series CW not being renewed. Okay, screenshot. Temler also said, also, can we talk about how Grand Army got canceled? Netflix is going to hell. So many complex, diverse character left with a cliffhanger. Plus, lots of people love the show. Like, what do I say? I say macaroni and cheese head. These people's heads, they are scrambled. Omelet season. Scrambled eggs. Scrambled. I don't even know. Does my tapes have a big booty? Okay, we on our last leg, CA. You trying to do a lot of guessing games. You're doing a lot of tic-tac-toe. I'm not playing tic-tac-toe with you. Cameron Palm said the luxury video will get a lot of views in the femininity crowd. You see, do I want to attract the femininity crowd to my automaton universe, to my moving interactive Abby universe? But you know, somebody said, I think this was Asshole by Kenyon. She said something really interesting where she was like, when people are on YouTube and like they're trying to grow, especially if they're Black, they at times have to like parlay like topics as it pertains to Black women to garner some of that audience. And so that's why I'm also really interested to see how these live streams end up doing. Like, you guys peeped it. Like, yeah, people watch these live streams. Like, and like in the last live stream, I think I had put timestamps and I was like, whoa, like people are watching this. Like, very interesting. So I'll put a star next to that as well. And Mason Tribe said that they enjoy your channel. So that they can enjoy your channel. I'll translate that. MJ, her whole family is involved, allegedly. Timler also said, I just want a show about a group of Black women in college that has good writing. It makes me really sad that I have no media to relate to. Like, yes, I need to see messy boot stuff. I need to see about us needing to go to a kickback and how we had to we had to put 2 people in the trunk of the car. Okay, wait, stop. Stop right there. And we had to choose like wait, stop. Yeah, but no, let me switch topic. We need to see like stories about what happens on the second floor of an alpha house or like of a Q house at a party on a Saturday. Like, I need to see, like, I am yet to see. We need a party about the time that you and your friends go to a white frat party and you see people doing cocaine off of a coffee table. Am I talking about myself? I didn't say that. But yes, I agree. Timberland, I need to see something. I need to see something interesting. Like, I just want to show. I want to see people just be Black and just live their life. Okay, let me read these comments. Let me stop doing all these side comments. I'm sorry, y'all. Amazing Tribe. Mary J. allegedly getting Dubai'd. Did you just turn that into a noun? When somebody gets Dubai'd? I'm writing that down. Yeah, I'm writing that down. When somebody gets Dubai'd. I can't even believe you said that. Oh my goodness. Dubai, a verb. You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is culture. Do you guys see what we're doing right now? Like, do you guys see what we're doing right now? Like, this is the sort of joke. Like, I say something, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. I think it's maybe funny. So now I'm gonna say something like, oh, Mary J got Dubai. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, when you create stuff that people can just like make these jokes and like people are like conversing with you, like this is so interesting. Like, I can do something like that. Like, what? Like, what? Like, is it me? Like, can I actually do something like this? Or well, Similar said, yeah, Cheaper by the Dozen should have been all black. So many new faces could have been seen. Oh, the potential. Ooh. Taylor, before you go, you said something about how you wanted to be in art and animation. Is it that you are an art and animator? I'm just like really curious. Like, is there like something specific? Or were you just kind of talking about art and animation in general? Tell the secret, tell the secret. Oh God. Taros, I'm still waiting on a coming of age film of a black girl. Heck, I will be that girl if I have to, LOL. I'll put on my theater hat again if it calls for it. Oh, Tyra Rose. Oh, I used to be a theater. Can you do like a Tempest? Like, are you gonna perform for us? Cameron Palm said, no, a lot of shows are about... Y'all see how I'm commenting on your comments? Okay, Q, come on. Q, zip it. Read these comments for the people so that they can go eat dinner and grill some corn. I want like grilled corn. Like, okay, let's stop. Q, stop. Okay, Cameron Palm said, nah, a lot of shows are about to instant success. That's why they don't want to go after syndication, because as soon as it gets syndicated, it becomes less profitable. They pull the plug. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was literally reading an article about like how Netflix like runs through these shows. Like they just be running through these shows. Timler said, oh, no. Cameron Palm said, I wonder what the BBL girls are going to do in the next 3 years. Yeah, you said 3 years, not even 5 years. Because honestly, I don't see Instagram surviving in 5 years. Listen, I have a theory. Even like TikTok, I feel like we are going to see something. We are going to see new things emerge. And, oh God. I think we're going to see some interesting things emerge. And I'm really curious to see it. Because, yeah, I don't think I can see some of these platforms in 5 years. Taylor Al Hassan said, but so many people were talking about Grand Army and have a solid fan base. Like, yeah, like, I don't know what sort of decisions they thought they were making. I don't know what they think they were doing. Cameron Palm said, China Anne McClain ruined her career. I feel so sorry for her. Like, and it's just like, she's so talented. Her sisters, her family, so talented. So talented. Tamala said, China doesn't care. She's leaving acting. She said, deuces. Bye. Cameron Palm said, a lot of these celebrities are on these platforms to stay relevant. Very interesantes. Amazing Tribe said, China has a big part of the situation, stubborn and ungrateful, very stubborn, like very like, I wonder, like, you know, that's why I said, like, I hope she's able to save the, wait, Tiana, are you here? So I'm not entering the live stream. Okay, let me make my way through these comments. Let's figure this out. We will figure this out, Tiana. We will figure this out together. She'll find her place with the Christian youth community. My question is, all the shucking and jiving she is doing, like, are they paying her out? You see, and that's just a question, like, are these people gonna be here for you? All these like obsessed like evangelical Christians, which by the way are not black, they're like white. Like, are they gonna like be able to support you or sustain you? Like, you know, I have a lot of questions. Like, China is a born again Christian, I think, from her videos. Like, yeah, I have a lot of interesting questions. I did not know that. Never mind. Amazing Tribe said, definitely watch Rising Dion on Netflix. It's based on a young African boy who's born with superpowers. Rising Dion. Okay. Do you see the Purple Diva? I work with independent filmmaker offline. She's making her plays into movies. It's awesome. Oh, I love that. I love to hear that. Cameron Palm said, I mean, tapes, it all depends on what you do, what you want your videos to continue being a diary, or do you want to be big and more accessible? Okay, question, Cameron. Question for the choir, yeah? For the church. This is my gospel music. Cameron Palm said something interesting. He said, I mean, tapes, it all depends on what you want to do. Do you want to continue being a diary, or do you want to be big and be more accessible. Question. My question is this. What sort of videos would somebody make to remain being a diary? And then what sort of videos do you guys think somebody would make to become big and more accessible? I'm really curious to hear what sort of videos do you think someone like me would be making where you're like, oh, this is going to be big. This is going to be big. I'm really curious to hear that because I've been like talking about this and thinking about this as well. Kara Palm said, oh, no, yes. Tyra Rose, I definitely had to parlay. How'd you get that accent in there? Oh, no, you're probably looking on your phone. I had to parlay my content on YouTube, so I started doing their content because those videos get the views. Amazing Tribe said, got a twerkulator. God is good all the time. DC Purple Diva, Greek life. Listen. Tiana said, hey y'all, I'm here to avoid for depressive thoughts. Join us. I got my sparkling water, my trail mix. We all got our popcorn. Listen. Cameron Palm said, also, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. We can talk more. Cameron Palm said, I don't know why people are getting Dubai. Did we literally just create this? Like, did we just make fetch happen? Like, Dubai? Yo, this is like an adverb. Like, this is like a verb now. I can't even believe it. Like, oh my gosh, like people are getting Dubai. Like, did we really just do this? Like, yo, I love it. I don't know why people are getting Dubai when it's highly illegal and you'll be sent to prison expeditiously, indefinitely. Hey Tiana. Oh yes, he says, hey Tiana, mwah, mwah. Tiana, I like how you can see the whole previous chat even if you're late. Yeah, I really like that. I think it's also because I'm smaller so people can scroll up, which I like. Timur Al-Hassan said, I enjoy drawing as a hobby. I'm in those communities so I see what's out there. Okay. Tiana said, did you watch Grand Army? What are your thoughts about it being canceled? Listen. Yo, Timur Al-Hassan has been talking about like this show being canceled. I don't know what Netflix is doing. What are you doing? And yes, I agree. Timur Al-Hassan said yes. Tiana, I hope you overcome those thoughts. I've been feeling the same. Air hugs. Oh my God, hug. Okay. Mwah, mwah. I wish I could like make you guys food. Like if you guys came to like, I don't know, a ranch somewhere in California, I don't know. We could just like have a chef and just like eat food and just like talk. A sleepover. Oh my God. I feel like I still have not done a sleepover. A sleepover would be at like a 2 a.m. or like a 12 a.m. in the morning. Cameron Palm said, look at Facebook. They are dying to attract new audience because the platform is dying. When the boomers go, they done. That's why they acquired Instagram. They acquired Instagram for that very reason. Like, Tiana said, is it retrograde? Oh no. Is it retrograde? Cameron Palm said, no, I don't know people ever do those things with no guarantee of money. Yeah. Cameron Palm said, a good question, I think, depends on your consistency and the video ideas you decide to center. You choosing these interesting and hyper-relevant topics will blow you up way easier. Plus, it's unique. Interesantes. Tamil Al-Hassan said, to be big, it would be talking about the most relevant topics ASAP. Constantly. So basically the same things over and over again. Colorism and misogynoir. Tiana said, I take the racism in the writing room in Grand Army seriously. So I don't want people in a bad environment for my joy. Yeah. Once that news came out where the writers were talking about, I was like, now you see, why is this information about inner production even leaking? Like you see, this is what I'm saying. Like, what in the world is going on? Like, what in the world is going on? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Y'all see how the way I'm just emphasizing, like, I'm really trying to emphasize this voice. Like, what are you doing? Cameron Palm said, a lot of the current batch of popular Black YouTubers and YouTubers in Black in general have similar content and personalities. Wow. Timur Al-Hassan said, I live in the UK. Wait. If that is true, shouldn't you be in bed? What time is it? Is it not like 12, I think? It should probably be like 6 hours ahead. I will read that comment in silence. You know who you are. Winter. Whoa. Winter. Mwah, mwah. Welcome to the secret society. Come inside. Come inside the house. Take off your shoes though. No shoes in my house. Timberlake also said, fly me out. Yes, are we flying people out? You getting flued out. Yo, what would we eat in like a virtual like sleepover? Like, what would we eat? Like, I was even thinking about like this one thing I was in where they would like order like food for them in like the conference. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, if like, I don't know, that'd be like kind of cool. Like, I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. Like if we had like a sleepover and like, I don't know, like maybe like four of you, I don't know, like Uber Eats you something. Like if you guys have Uber Eats or something in your area, you guys could like choose what you want and then get the food right before the light. Like, am I just like, you see, these are ideas. This is an idea that I had for somebody else. You see, like, I could come up with these ideas like just all the time. I don't know. I just come up with these things like all the time. Hey, Winter. Yes, we in here. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew, pew. Tyro said Netflix is just throwing content out and just seeing what sticks to just renege on it a year later. They listen. The head is not, the cap is not screwed on. Tamala Alha said it's 1:14 and I had a long nap after work. You see how I'm about to like be a bad influence and tell you to stay on the street. Let me stop. Tamala, if you don't go to bed, go to bed. Sia said, my tapes, what do you think about those YouTube motivational gurus and life coaches promoting law of attraction and positive thinking? Are they fake? You see, CA, and this is how I know you a plant. I'm just joking. Am I? I don't know. No, I think that's an interesting question. What do I think about those YouTube motivational gurus and life coaches promoting law of attraction and positive thinking? Are they fake? Okay, so two things, yeah. The moment somebody starts like doing like, I call it like spiritual classism. Like, you know, I feel like some of these people like are classist. Like, I don't know how to explain. It's like, or like ableist. It's really weird. It's like wish or like manifest your depression away. And I'm like, are we doing this? Like, is this real? Are we going to do this like now? You know what I also think? I think I've always joked about this with my friends. I was like, if I'm really trying to make some money, I'm going to start a church. And let me stop there. I would like, you know, and I say that to say, because I don't want to offend anybody. I say that to say because I definitely think like some of these like life coaches, I think like they take advantage of people who are poor. I don't know how else to say that. Like some of them. I think some of them are just like relaying their experience about how they somehow inadvertently got mental health care, which is what, like, if you listen to what some of these people are saying, they're like, oh yeah, I ended up talking to somebody, but they don't want to mention who. And like, oh, I got better, or oh, I might have gotten on medication, or I moved out of my environment. Like a lot of things change in your life and your life improved. And so people just relay their experiences. And then for the people that don't, you know, some of them, they run with some interesting schemes. Tiana said, I don't think we talk enough about the viewers on content. I have a feeling viewers by and large are shallow, problematic in many ways, and fickle. So appealing to viewers is not rewarding large scale. And this is actually interesting to hear from you because I think something that I had asked in the beginning or earlier was like, I can only kind of give certain things from like my perspective, you know, like outside of like maybe creators I talk to or like bigger people I talk to, I'd probably have to ask, you know, like a creator. So actually, Tiana, like, okay, so I'm going to read your comment, Tiana, again, and then I'm going to read something that Ken Roy said earlier. Okay. Tiana said, I think we don't talk enough about the viewers on content. I have a feeling viewers by and large are shallow, problematic in many ways, and fickle. So appealing to viewers is not rewarding large scale. Okay, Tiana. So Ken Roy made a very interesting comment about some of the stuff that I do here on my tapes. And this is what Ken Roy said. So let me go ahead and scroll up. Let me go ahead and scroll. Where is it? Where have you gone? Megan Cosgrove. Oh, wait. Let me scroll down. Pull the plug. Getting Dubai. Interesantes. Come on, eyeballs. Where is it? Come on, eyes. You can do it. Where is the comment? Where is the comment? And da 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 da. I should stop singing. Y'all like, wait, girl. There's just too many singing and boom, boom, booms, pow, pow, pows at once. Like, we gotta space it out a little bit. Okay. So Kenroy Palm had made a comment. God. Oh, God. Essentially, Kenroy Palm was essentially talking about, like, do you want to, I guess, remain like a diary versus like remaining like a diary versus becoming like a larger like creator. And so I thought that was really interesting. And then Kenroy Palm also made this comment where this was like, I could definitely see a reality that exists that in 4 months you could be like a bigger creator. And I asked Kenroy when he said that, I was like, what types of videos? Because, oh yeah, I was reading out video ideas. And I was like, Kenroy, so like, what types of videos do you think would be like different markers of like, oh, this is going to blow up versus like, oh, okay, this is also good content, but it's like the traction will probably be a little bit more slow moving. So that would be my question for you, Tiana. Like, what sort of topics, like you as a larger creator, have you just been like, oh no, this would be it. This would be it. Tyra said sushi. Should I really like take note of this? Okay, so like Tyra Rose said sushi. Like if we had a sleepover, she said she would order sushi. So I'm gonna say Tyra Rose. Okay, Tyra Rose said sushi. Okay, Amazing Tribe said my YouTubes keep your socks on though. If you don't have gargoyle hoods, oh my gosh. Tiana said, like Netflix, YouTubers, movie, all try to appeal to the masses, and the masses is all over the place. So you're saying like people don't have segmentation. Like you got to be specific. Does anybody see 11:11? Okay, interesting. Cameron Plum said, like, look, I'm subscribed to all of them, but Amanda BB, T Noir, Khadijah, For Harriet, Malik, EET have similar ideas, and they're basically doing well. Interesting. And then Tamalor Al Hassan said, but personality is different. Tamalor Al Hassan said, also, they have varying topics sometimes. Amanda and Kenya have very interesting thoughts. Let me tell you something. Kenya, like from As Told by Kenya, like she's like low-key a genius. Like she's brilliant. Like and if you know personal information about her and like her personal life and you know like she is like she reads. Okay, let me start there. She reads. She reads. I think like I've really started to take this seriously, and this is something I know Tiana has also talked about. I'm talking about you in third person, like you're not in this chat, but yeah, like I really read. I don't know how else to say that. Like I really read. I had such a cool conversation with somebody in my comments. I can't even believe I'm saying this. We were literally talking about The Spectacle of Society by Guy Debord, like Deborahs, and I was like, whoa. Is this really happening? Like, is this really happening? Which is why I thought it was interesting when like Tamalor, I think you were the person that said, oh, you should talk about like Azealia Banks. You should talk about her and like her soap company as like a blueprint video. Like, I don't know. It's just like super interesting. But yeah, I feel like As Told by Kenya, like, I feel like the reason why she's able to come up with some very interesting thoughts, as well as Amanda BB, is because like, I think they read, like either they read through like video, which is something Tiana talked about, like the concept of you still being able to ingest information through video and sound versus just reading text. And I really think that they're able to like push the barrier on these things. Kenroy Palm said, true, to a degree, but they all tape into this middle class Black suburban stereotype, even if that's not what they're trying to, do, but their class status, which is telling on society and acceptable Blackness. Interesting. Cameron Palm said, again, I love them and I watch all of their videos. Hopefully this isn't mean. No, interesting. No. Amazing Trap said, if someone gets Dubai, they won't be able to come back from that. Not even the CDC can help with that. Interesantes. And then Tiana said, so true. Tiana said, that isn't mean, and I think those channels are great too, but they don't have an incentive to get even more in the weeds, which is fine. Ooh, what do you mean by that? My Drewski, but what do you mean by that? Tiana then said, but I don't know if that's what your thinking is, Kenroy. Tamalor Halson said, oh my gosh, Kenroy, no, pointing out facts and being critical isn't mean. Sometimes the truths can be uncomfortable, and I see what you're saying. That's what we were literally saying on Tiana's live about like For Harriet and like and just stuff like Jules was just like saying, like he was just like, listen, like what is the truth? Like what is really what is going on? Cameron Pop said, Tamalor, thank you. Yes. Sushi. Okay, DC the Purple Diva. Sushi or seafood for me. Okay, sushi. Okay, so that's DC Purple Diva. Okay, wait. DC Purple Diva. DC Purple Diva. Are you in the US? I just want to check. Okay, DC Purple Diva. Sushi. And like what type of seafood? Like if you didn't get sushi, what would you like order? Y'all are like, wait, is she really gonna order us food? Y'all are like, wait. Is she like legit gonna order us food? Um Seafood for me. Okay, let me write that down. Tiana said, I think I knew my Zara vid was going to get views because it was trending topic, but I also had to literally get off YouTube for a week because the comments started to mess with me mentally. Listen, I like started to notice that. I think you had kind of talked about this. Some of those comments, like bizarre, like very bizarre. Winter, if you're still in this live, there was a comment that was under your comment that you responded to and I responded to this morning. And there were a few other comments from this person and I was like, this is really strange. Like, who are you? Like, this is what I'm saying. This is why sometimes I'd be asking, like, is my voice like unique? Like, is it recognizable? Because I'm like, who are you? Like, why are you kind of talking like this? Like, this tone is very like, what is going on? Like, also that video, Tiana, like, I feel like it might have been shared somewhere. It's like that live that we did where people started spamming your comments and I was like, whoa, like it was shared. Like I think like somebody got blocked and then suddenly like the video was shared somewhere. Okay, so yeah, DC Purple Diva, seafood. I wrote that down. DC Purple Diva, and then Tyra Rose said sushi. Okay. Interesting. And that's also interesting, like Tiana, like when you were talking about the Zara vid was gonna go viral because it was trending, where was it trending? Was it trending on YouTube or was it trending on Twitter? Like I'm super curious about that. Tiana said, I love comments, but more viewers brings bottom of the barrel ass people. Huh. Yeah. I'm a little nervous. Like, because like people have started to watch my videos. Like, and I'll just get like really interesting comments. I'm like, whoa, like you saw this? Like from where? Like, whoa, like what does this mean? Timur Al Hassan said, can you guys give me good book recommendations? Really struggling right now. Oh, let me rub my bird hands together. I'm ready. You see, this is a question that was made for me. All right, Timur, I can do this. What type of genre do you like to read? I'm about to listen. I have a list. Okay, wait. Timur Al Hassan. Okay, don't forget. Comment under this video when you wake up tomorrow and ask the same question. And I will literally post the list of videos that the books that I've read, their genre and the rating of what I would rate them as. And it may be like a genre synopsis. So is it like a young adult, like female, like heroine, like, you know what I mean? I'll like put that and I'll put that for you. So don't forget. And I'll do it for you. Kenroy Palm said, Tiana, I'm sorry that happened, but people don't like to be confronted on their habit. It's just bizarre stuff. Bizarro. And also, it's interesting that you guys are talking about this because people are living in Delulu world. Delusional. I say this all the time. Tiana said, no shade. I think many YouTubers read Twitter and don't give certain people credit for their thoughts. Whoa. People do that? So like people do this, like, okay, so now I know for a fact. That's why Winter made that one comment. She was like, this like blueprint stuff you be doing on this channel, like I have not seen this before like this. And I know she like kind of asked me, she was like, so you're just gonna like give these ideas? And I was like, I don't know, why not? Like, you know, like I'm sure, like I said, like people find things in the corners of the internet. And that's kind of sad to hear. I'm like, why wouldn't you want to credit people? It's like how I had the video on, I did a live stream on preteen era is over, and I literally pulled up Brianna's video, the TikTok video, in the video and then cited her in the description box below. And I think I actually cited her as well in the comment section, so that's unfortunate to hear. Very, very bizarre. Timur Al Hassan, yes, it's true. Tyro said, wait, I read The Society of the Spectacle in a French lit class. Yeah, oh my God. Wait, Tyra, can you speak French? Tu parles français? Tu parles français? Tiana said, I feel like having Twitter made YouTube videos just even more unoriginal and no fact checking and just vibes. Like people, so people are really like copying and pasting. Is that what I'm hearing? Like, so people are just like copying and pasting, like, geez Louise. These the Purple Diva said, Tiana, I'm going to check your channel out, sis. Kenroy Palm said, Tiana, yes, a lot of YouTubers talk about race, class, etc., don't have the range and essentially just look at Twitter or do J. Cole thoughts without reading. So this whole thing about reading, you guys are serious. Like, people are for real, like, not reading. Like, I thought this was a joke. Like, I thought this was a running joke. But, like, you guys are being, like, for real, for real. Like, people are not reading. Like, am I to believe this is, like, for real what's going on? Tiana, whoa, whoa. Amazing Tribe said, my tapes when the sleepover. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Amazing Tribe said, my tapes when we have the sleepover or pajama party or pajama jam, we must have an assortment of fruit, smoothies, milkshakes, homemade cornbread, black eyed peas, desserts. Wait, oh my gosh, like pies, oxtails, fried okras, and greens. Like, y'all making me hungry. Y'all making me hungry. Don't make me eat on this live stream. Don't make me eat on this live stream. Don't make me eat on this live stream. J. Cole said, yes, J. Cole thoughts, LMAO. Not J. Cole thoughts, Timberlore says. DC the Purple Diva said, I'm in California and crab and shrimp. Okay, crab or shrimp, or LOL. Okay, so let me write that down. Crab or shrimp. Okay, perfect. Kara Palm said, like using definitions of complex ideas like race and racism from Webster. Yikes. Do simple BET colorism article reading. It makes me sad because a lot of what they're saying has been debunked. Yikes. CA said, the black female YouTuber Janelle Eliana blew up with millions of views with her first video about van life in 2020. So anything is possible. Tamala Allison said, your videos are top tier, Tiana. Don't forget that. I learn and relate to you so much. I'm a Gemini too. I think you said you're a Gemini. Y'all know how Tiana gets. You know how she gets. So yes, you guys should unite as Gemini queens. As Gemini sisters. Tiana said the video being shared somewhere makes sense. Also, your voice is kind of recognizable. You sound like someone I know, but also like yourself. Ooh, interesantes. Timur Alhassan says, any genre, TBH. Tyro said, people on the internet are irritating. I'm still learning not to take people too serious on here. I once had a mean comment and I called them out nicely and then they deleted it. Yikes. But you said that's another thing. Like, I don't necessarily know if I have like the bandwidth to go back and forth with bots and pixels. But it's like when you confront people, then they're like, wait. I'm not an anonymous like person on the internet that can just like say anything, like when you start kind of, like you start kind of calling people out. It's like, oh, wait, I can't say that. Like, oh my God, they saw it. And I'm like, yeah, I did see it. Like you just commenting waywardly. Tiana said, Zara is trending on YouTube on my recommendation as well. Wow. Yes. Tyro said, is Zara trending because of Palestine? Oh. DC the Purple Diva said, bookworm here too. LOL. Wait, where is it? Okay. Even tatted. Oh my gosh, a bookworm on your arm. That's cute. Thanks to Marlore. As a 24-year-old with a degree, I feel like I owe the world some sense. Hey. Kenra Palm said, to be honest, if you wanted to, I think you could sue. You could, oh my goodness. To be honest, I think you could sue. You could, because this is your original intellectual property when it comes to branding. Yet like the Blueprint series, like I literally, like even in that like Lydia Dinga video, I literally was out here. It's only, the only reason why I made that website sample was because like I design I do like product design on the side. And I don't know, I might be like getting into it more, but I literally was like designing this. And for a second, I was like, should I be sharing this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, should I be sharing this? But I was like, no, like, it's fun. Like, if Lydia Dinga, she drinks Prosecco, like, I made this whole idea. I like literally reached out, like, I asked a friend, like, I was like, okay, like, let me see, like, what are names of sourcers and producers that she could do a wine club with. And if she didn't want to do it with like a wine partner, she could do it with the e-commerce platform. Like, why not? Like, it's fun. Like, I can't even believe I did that. Like now that people kind of mention this, like they're like, oh, you just like putting this out. And I'm like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, wow. In terms of branding, like, wow. Tiana said, yes, the Blueprint content you do is so original. Whoa. Well, you see, my head is gonna inflate. Should I pull up Megan the Stallion again? Although, gotta listen. You see what you see? Now I have to pull up Megan the Stallion again. Now I have to pull her up. Now you have to see my head inflate. Like now, you guys have to see my head. You have to see my head inflate. Now you guys have to see my head inflate. Like you got to see my head inflate. Let me read that comment again. Let's go back. Tiana said, yes, the blueprint content you do is so original. Okay, let me stop. Let me turn her off. Okay, let me delete her. Okay. So, I don't know. I kind of want to switch up the visuals. Would you guys mind? I kind of want to switch up the visuals real quick. Let's see something. Because we on this. Yeah. Kind of want to pull up this one. Great. Okay. Perfect. To be honest, if you wanted to, I think you could sue. Okay, yeah, I already read that. I'm sorry. My tape, seafood such as seafood boils, shrimps, giant blue lobsters. Are you from Amazing Tribe? Are you like from the South? Like, are you like near like a water body or like from the West? Like, do you have like a lot of access to seafood? Because I think DC, the Purple Diva, is in Cali. Tyler Rose says, je parle très petit français. Oui, oui. For me, like, je parle un petit peu. Okay. Tiana said, original content is hard to digest, unfortunately. That's really interesting. Tiana says, I'll read that again. Original content is hard to digest, unfortunately. Tell me more about that. Interesting. Tiana then says, no, Zara is trending because of the summer hauls. Oh, gosh. Oh. DC the Purple Diva said, my content is my own that I researched, but I lived, but anywho. And Cameron Palm said, no, they aren't reading as someone who studies social structures in college. The vast majority of people aren't reading anything. It's the first half of an intro course at most without doing a semester's text. Ha. Okay, that's good. Tyrus. Tamalor Al Hassan said, I recently went into Zara and all the clothes are ugly. IMO. Fast fashion has gotten rid of quality clothes. I was telling one of my peoples this. Like the clothes that I wear that I even bought like a few like years ago, and I'm not a thin person, so like some of the clothing that I buy are from like I don't know, like I think I had bought like exercise pants from like a Walmart 4 years ago, and I use like a sewing machine to like piece it back together. Don't judge me, but like I like to maintain my clothes because I think like my style has refined, and so even though I don't necessarily know if I have access to all of those clothing, I don't want to take on more clothing. But something I was telling one of my peoples in regards to this was like, yo, this clothing, like the fabric is better. Like even though it was purchased from like a Walmart 4 years ago, it's like you can't find like clothing like this. Like the fabric, they are not making clothing like this with this type of fabric and work and stitching and darts. Like they just aren't doing it. And also tidbit, I also like, I would say thrift like some of or a lot of my clothes. And I feel like some of the stuff you find, especially if it's older, like even if you end up workshopping it or changing it just a little bit or changing the structure of the clothing, the fabric is just like the darting, the stitching is just like well made. It's a lot. It's like, whoa. Kenra Palm said, plus it's really easy to tell where their ideas come from because Twitter, especially academic Twitter, is relatively small. Well, Kenra Palm said, and said ideas are 150 characters. So they have to fill in the rest. They have to buffer in the rest. I'm so dead. Eat on the live stream and they give us ASMR. There are definitely people that I've heard their voice and I'm like, oh my God, they would be really good like just reading a book. Like I want you to read me a book. Like that's what I want you to do. Read me a book. DC the Purple Diva said, we need to get you to 1K so that you can have members, sis. We love your personality. Mwah, mwah. Thank you. Timolar Al Hassan said, oh, wow. Am I like behind? Wow, y'all are commenting. Oh, my goodness. Like, ooh. Timolar Al Hassan said, I mainly wear my mom's old clothes I used to see her wearing when I was 3. Like, yeah, like just standing the test of time. Like, I literally have clothing that I'm like, wow, this is like well made. Like this is like well made. And because I think some of the clothes that I buy that aren't necessarily like trendy, like they're good. Like you know what I mean? Like they're good clothes like with thoughtful design, but they're not necessarily like tacky trends per se. And so I've just been able to wear them like when certain seasons come in, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like it works this year. Like it just fits. I just fit right in." Tiana said yes to what Kenroy said. It's not to be elite, but some topics deserve a certain lens and research. I read a whole socialism book to make sure I make sense talking about it. Tiana said people will read a socialism thread and then do a video. Yo. Tiana said, but being real, people aren't talking about socialism mainstream. Yeah, I noticed. Actually. I did notice. Amazing Trap said, I'll go in if somebody's truly talking reckless about someone I know, and especially myself. Tyra Rose said, Tiana, it's annoying because people don't even know what socialism is, alone how feasible it is to be in our current society. Kara Palm said, Tiana, I hope I'm not coming off as elitist. I do agree. I think it should be vastly more accessible, and these ideas require... What is my character? How am I moving my head in this video? I'm really just like shaking my braids. You know when you have like hair like that just got done, you're just like shaking it. You're shaking your hair, or you get your nails done and you're like like clicking them in front of people. Tiana said, Tyra said it's annoying because people don't even know. Oh yes, I already read that. Kerm said, you can't have a discussion on quantum theory without reading mechanics. Okay. Let me do something real quick. Also, I love the braided look. I was gonna ask about it earlier. Yes. Oh my gosh, somebody had recommended that I do like a high bun, which I thought was such an eerie question because I was like, oh my gosh, I literally have a high bun on today. So I will definitely do a high bun at some point this week. Maybe for Friday stream. I have to double check if I have a high bun. Tiana said original content is hard to digest because of how much traction colorism and dating topics get when we have the convo once a month. Yo, Tiana, like once again, like, and I have said this in some of the few videos that I have made, like, especially like, for example, the one that I made, or the one that I posted yesterday about Kanye West, the power of accessibility. And I literally say like, usually what people would say in terms of, oh, you will get access by becoming a millionaire. And I'm like, no, the sliver of hope you have is not in this like fallacy of you being like a quote unquote temporarily embarrassed millionaire or billionaire. It's more accessible of unionization of collective thought. I literally was discussing how like we are more likely to work as a collective and acquire universal basic income than we are for all of you to have $1 million. First of all, there's not enough money for all of you to be a million, but you know. So yeah, like in terms of like colorism and the concept, and why did I even say that in relation to your comment is because it's like, when I talk about the way that I look, like I was reading out, so you weren't here. I was reading out video topics, and 2 video topics that I said that I was pitching. Oh, was that what I was doing? I was pitching to my mini producers. Oh my gosh. And one of them was the Instagram to BBL and plastic surgery pipeline and its demise. That was one video like name. And then the second one was the power of beauty and its demise, or the death of beauty and its demise. And I think I was just going to talk about, like, when we talk about beauty, I was going to give a personal example that I felt comfortable sharing, but it's like the power of beauty, like, what does that really mean? What does it really mean? Because people really talk about this in the context of, oh, a man that you date. And I'm like, no, like fitting into structures of beauty, fitting into structures of what it means to be beautiful, of what it means to be in a certain size. It affects like your access, like institutionally, which is why something I also mentioned in the Kanye video. Like, I had some really amazing comments. Like, you guys are so like brilliant, like really, really interesting comments on all of these videos that I've been making. Even the ones where I talk about how the baby is broke, I fear. You know, it's like, why would you even do something like this? Like, what are we missing here about this story? And if you being like a poor man that parlayed his talent and talked about crime hashtag Grand Theft Auto into music industry? Is it that you're broke? Because why would you be doing a feature like this? Hashtag the power of accessibility. You know what I mean? You parlay your pain and your strife, and you have to make it into a spectacle, and you have to keep up the spectacle. God, what am I even talking about? So many thoughts. But yeah, original content is hard to digest because of how much traction colorism and dating topics are when we have the convo once a month. It's like clockwork, honestly. Amazing Tribe said she want to switch screens. Subscribes jump up when Amazing calls. Oh my gosh. Tiana said, people just can only talk about something they have been exposed to a lot. Karen Pump said, Tiana, yes, I say that as well, but then I have to remember the vast majority of Americans don't have the literary, they don't have the literary prowess or literary command to access these words. DC the Purple Diva said, yes, and this is why I sew and alter stuff. Yeah, like, I do alter my clothing. Like, this is OD. I remember I had this one internship. Oh gosh, let me stop. But I do remember bringing like sewing supplies, like when I had like an internship, because I was like, oh, like I need to mend my clothes. Like I wouldn't like throw away my clothes. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is a good piece of clothing. Like they don't have holes in them or anything, but I just want to make sure that they can be maintained. Kara Palm said, literary skill, whatever you say. I was gonna say literary prowess, but yes. Cameron Palm said, there are also lectures of these topics on YouTube. I don't know why people watch them. That's why I really like the comment that Tiana made where she was like, people can ingest and read, quote unquote, through like video. You know what I mean? Like that's like something that you can do. So you could listen to like work. DC the Purple Diva said, this last year was the perfect creative storm and many fail. Tyro said, I still have clothes from high school and I've been thrifting before it was trendy. Don't get me started on how gentrified it's become. Depop. Don't get me started on Depop. Camera Palm said, yes, we get producer credits. Yes, let me screenshot. DC the Purple Diva said, Tyra Rose, me too. I can still fit them some too, and I'm almost 60. LOL. Yeah, it's like the clothing is just like whoa. Camera Palm said, beauty gives you access to resources starting from school. Better looking students get good grades. This is what I was gonna say. I'm just like, it's not just about dating. Like, it's not just about like who you're dating. Like, what is it that we're not understanding here? Like, it's not just like you being beautiful, like, oh, the dating and the colorism and like colorism as a pretext to like guys. And which is why I've said this personally to my peoples, but I'm like, especially if they're women or if they're like women presenting, like, we are like socialized, like if you to be obsessed with the nature of like men and how we feel like that should affect us as like people who are socialized and seen as women in society or femme people. And this is a problem because you need to have your own life. Like, this is propaganda. Like, it's very disturbing. Like, even in regards when we talk about colorism, it's like men. And I'm not here to invalidating people talk about like companionship, because I also don't want to like invalidate people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say that you shouldn't want to be with somebody who likes you outside of the context of a friendship. But like, it's not just dating. Like, screw dating. Like, by me being like a bigger person, it's not just about like, oh, guys, like, who gives a shit? Like, what about hospital? Like, someone could like invalidate like my health. Like, I could get in an accident and they could look at me and somebody else be like, oh, but they're thinner, so, well, I could have like maybe a higher probability for survival, but they're like, no, but we don't care about fat people. So, you know what I mean? Or even just something more basic instead of an extreme Final Destination scenario like that. You know, you go to the hospital and like you have a serious health concern and they're not taking you seriously, you know? And and now it's suddenly like problems that become empirical. Like, it's not just, it's like access. Now this could affect like, how do I get access to jobs or promotions because somebody doesn't like the way that I look, you know? And so it's much more complex. Like, when we start talking about colorism and all these things, I do sometimes wish, you know, it wasn't sensationalized around like celebrities and like the women that they dated and how that reflects on society. Although media is influential, and I'm not going to take that away, it's still not necessarily empirical. Like, these are very much one-off situations that don't necessarily represent the total of what happens when you are a part of these intersecting identities. Wow. Did y'all see that soliloquy? Did y'all hear that soliloquy? Y'all know I had to complete that long-winded sentence. All right, let me read these comments. Producer credits, yes. Phew. Yes, so yes. It's yeah, like, so what Kenra said, it's much more. It's not just like it's so layered. It's like a croissant. Like, this is of a croissant complexity. Okay, this is of a croissant complexity. Like, Amazing Tribe said, I enjoy clothing that's well made for sure. I read you a book. I was hired. Yeah. All fashion that is good recycles. Yeah. That's why, like, I hear, like, for thinner people who, like, can wear, like, more higher fashion goods and get access to them, they kind of talk about how, like, their strategy is to, like, buy clothes that they can sell again. Like, good, well-made clothing that can be sold again. They don't make clothing the same anymore. Yeah. It's like you really have to buy certain pieces from, like, that might be out of access. Oh my God. No, I'm not in a seamstress. I'm dead. Wrestling gear. What's going on? Is this WWE? What's going on? Tiana said, I got that comment I made on a video being a form of text from a Black feminist summer school. So again, the real knowledge being from the Black femmes. Let me screenshot that. DC the Purple Diva said, I'm working on a video right now on the pretty girl effect. Ooh, that sounds very like Powerpuff Girls. I don't know. Pretty girl effect. I feel like you could add like a sparkle emoji, like sparkle, like. Yeah, like, I don't know, that's really like the way that's written. I'm just like, pretty girl effect. It is an effect. It's an effect, but it's not affect. Y'all, you see how I'm about to put on my cap. It's an effect, but it's not an affect. Because beauty, especially in women, is not necessarily empowerment, but only proximity. Listen, it's a lot. Like I said, I've been thinking about this for years. Like, I've been thinking about some of the stuff that I talk about, even if I say it in the context of pop culture. I've been thinking about it for years. I've been reading it for years. I have to, like, reread things. I have to find new works and just kind of process this information. So I like that. That's why I like DC, the Purple Diva. It's an effect. It's an effect. Kenra Palm said, the fact that people even listen to your words is based upon your beauty, and this is disregarding beauty as inherently anti-Black. Like, it's so complex. Like, even like, God. Ditto. That's all I'm going to say. Kenra Palm said, that's why I hate the colorism topics. It's always centered around a singular person not liking a dark-skinned person. Excuse me. Especially women, and not dark-skinned women losing at everything because of their dark skin. Timilar Ahasan said, a while ago, I was so obsessed with being beautiful, I tried convincing myself it was for me. But the truth was, the gag is, Kiki Palmer voice, was for external validation. It really made my mental state worse, obsessing. I have a reply to that, Tamilar. I want to read your second comment. Tamilar said, Ahasan said, every time I think about being successful, I think about beauty. It's so linked. It is linked. It is linked. And then Tamilar Ahasan said, I have been leaning towards beauty neutrality. Interesting. And appreciating my body functioning for what it is. Interesting. And then Mason Charles said, you were born a wrestler. I'm so dead. Exactly. DC the Purple Diva said, exactly. That's what that's about. Okay, so yes, let me reply to you, Tamilar, about your comment about being obsessed with beauty. It's like how I feel about how people talk about makeup and like, oh, I just wear makeup for me. And I'm like, okay, so I think that can be true. I think that can be true. But I definitely would say, like, don't make like, or like, you hear these like kind of brushstroke I like to call them like acrylic brush statements, like those wide acrylic brush like stroke statements, where it's like, oh, we just wear makeup for ourselves. And I'm like, I think like we can care and center ourselves, but it's not lost on us what it means to show up and present differently with makeup on. And actually, funnily enough, Tyra Rose, if you're still here, Tyra Rose had brought up, did I watch Ryan Finn? I believe like Ryan Finn had even made a video about how this was when she was still working at American Eagle, where like she even talked about this, like how I look and wear makeup affects the way that I can get a commission, And it's like, how can I not be obsessed with the way that I have to appear? If like even something as simple as like putting on makeup could mean like rent or no rent. Like, could you imagine? It's like, I was going to make a video about, oh God, I didn't list this in the video topics, but it's not Breenie Lee. Is it Breenie Lee? Yeah. No. Is it Breenie Lee? No. Is it? But I was going to make a video on a YouTuber who I think we probably might have seen a video talking about Khloe Kardashian and her getting like facial surgery and how she was like, I understand. And it's just like, she also had to take a step back from social media. But how do I do that when I'm an influencer? And a part of my whole platform is the fact that I have to show my face and my presentation. And I was like, whoa, like I can't separate what I do from the way that I look because it's my job. Like, how do you, and obviously that's a very extreme case, right? Of like people like the way that you look so much so, and the pictures and the stuff that you present so much so that you are able to access money. But then what does that mean? Like, how trapping could that be? So I don't blame, like, for people who aren't influencers, like, if you could only imagine, like, what does it even mean to kind of present this image, Like, if me not wearing makeup could be the difference between me getting a promotion, like, could you imagine? Like, it's access to institutional. I just want things to be fair, And okay, and then you did a colorism video a few months ago. DC the Purple League said that. Tamala Al Hassan said, learning about colorism, being darker skinned, and seeing how widespread in media affected me too. Femininity channels propagated this too. Yeah, so for those of you who weren't here, I was reading out the content list schedule for season 2. And something that I said, one of the topic ideas was how I felt like the luxury movement takes advantage of Black women. Like, that was a video topic. And I was kind of going to talk about that. I'm like, you're taking advantage of these people. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you being feminine, and obviously the luxury, I mean, all these things are kind of tied together, but in the context of what you're saying, Tamala, it's like you're taking advantage of me. You're taking advantage of the fact that I have to present in certain ways, and you're trying to convince me that, oh, if I just present myself in the ways that are white supremacist aligned, I would get treated less like shit. But that's not true. That's not true, is it? That's not completely true. Like, even if you are extremely beautiful, even if you are thin, like, are you empowered? Like, do you have the power? Which is why I also really like what As Told by Kenya talks about like divesting from this structure, like divest from these things. Like, even for people who you benefit off of it, use the power that you have to speak on it. Because what does that mean? Oh my God, who's vacuuming at my casa? Can you guys hear that? Nobody's vacuuming. Oh my God. Wow, my phone really picks up audio. Hopefully can y'all hear that? I think it's a lawnmower. Oh my goodness. I mean, Chubby, got your earphones on. Okay. Tyra said, this is why I think a non-content tends to get great reactions, because you get to put your own projections on them. Oh, that's really interesting, Tyra. That's very interesting. Amazing Trap said, when I see... Oh my goodness. Karen Palm said, not being black... Oh, no, sorry. Not being dark since... Oh God. Not being dark since is the... Dark skin, I think you said. Not being dark skin is the deciding factor for black people and their material reality. Yeah. Yes! It can mean the difference. It can mean the difference. The only beauty that lasts is inner beauty. Like... which brings me back to, that's an interesting comment, DC the Purple Diva, because it's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's what I said. That's kind of also what I meant in the context of like centering your identity around men and how you can get a man, and like you can sleep with a man, or like, and how like women have to revolve like their self-worth and like life meaning off of men. And I'm like, men don't have to do this. Like, yeah, they have some constraints as well that they have to battle with, right, around like what it means to be a man and like in those confines. But it's just like, it's like you're trapped. It's like you're trapped. It's like you should people should be treated fairly. Like whether or not I exist in certain ways outwardly should not affect my accessibility to paying, like getting a roof over my head, or getting access to healthcare. So yeah, inner beauty, like, yeah. Tamara Al-Hassan said, I watched Jordan Teresa video on how plastic surgery is not feminist, and that is basically what I feel. Yeah, like, we're not gonna think that these women who, that's what I said, video idea. I literally said the Instagram to BBL and plastic surgery pipeline and its demise, like, what is this going to mean? Ken Roy said, like, what is this going to mean in like 3 years? Where are these people going to be in 3 years? And this is also like a video like Tiana made about like these people, like, why would she, well, I'm paraphrasing, but it was like kind of, why would I kind of like, or no. Do you know what it means for these people to be like the IG models or the baby mothers that you see? Like, do you know what goes into stuff like that? Like, what does that even mean to have to engage in this sort of, that sort of system, that sort of like environment? Okay, family of wrestlers. Tiana said, I like to perform femininity and beauty when I want, and I know the implications. I see it as an optional performance for me. Kenroy Palm said, beauty is also very ableist, which a lot of people skip over. Tamara Al-Hassan said, maintaining a standard costs so much money. Yeah, like it costs a lot of money. Tamara has having nice skincare, nails, hairs, clothes, shoes, makeup. It's all about money, hair. That's why, like, that joke that people made out of a meme. They were like, oh, you're not ugly. You're just poor. Like, you're not. Like, people, like, they have a lot of stuff. You can get access to a lot of stuff. Like, even things like fixing your teeth. Like, I shouldn't even say that. Even stuff like getting braces for your teeth. Like, even your teeth. Like, your teeth. Which, by the way, dentistry is very inaccessible, but can make such a big difference in how you can navigate, like, professional environments or things like your skin, Oh, you can hear it as well. Okay, this person, they just stopped. Wow, I was like, wow, y'all can hear. Okay, I can't hear it anymore. Wait, I think they stopped. Okay, yeah. Kenroy said, sexuality tied into manhood. Yes. And then Amazing Tribe said, if you behold inner beauty, outer beauty shall illuminate. I have to put on my gospel. Let me say, the outer beauty shall illuminate the heartfelt amazing gift of immortal joy and happiness. Interesting. Palm said, person's beauty and physical appearance is how we decide one's class. Sorry about that. Notification. Maybe I should mute. Hold on. There we go. Tyra said, I don't know if it's me, but getting compliments on my appearance makes me uncomfy. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have heard of this study about children who they were complimented on their beauty or like their appearance versus like, let's say, their academics. And one group ended up having like more assuredness in themselves and self-confidence in themselves than children that primarily got complimented on the way that they look. And the sociologists had found that the reason, and the psychologists had found that the reason why this is because we know that beauty is fickle and can change, and it's not something you have control over versus something like, oh, you did well, you spelled this correctly, or you did this math equation correctly, or you organized this very well, or You know what I mean? Like organizing people based off their talent and skill, things that they can improve and things that they have control over versus things like the way that they look, which people don't have control over like that. Like that. If we can acknowledge, obviously, because we all know this, like if you need money to kind of look a certain way to get skincare and have access to dermatology and maybe get braces and buy a wig and do your hair in certain types of ways, like we can acknowledge, like we can acknowledge what does that mean when you don't have that sort of money, you know, to look the certain way that you do. Because like for an affluent person, right, if their face is I like to say asymmetrical, don't nobody laugh. If their face is asymmetrical, they can acquire like facial reconstruction or plastic surgery. But for normal people, we can't do that. Even for things like non-invasive procedures, like some certain types of Botoxes, like fillers, not everybody has access to that. So yeah, it does make me uncomfy. Yeah, it does make me uncomfy. It's like I can't control it. Like what happens if like my hair is fucked up? Like what happens if I like what happens? What do I do? What do I do? Yes, especially my body. Like, yeah, like what happens if, what happens if, somebody gets pregnant or their hormones change in certain ways, they gain weight or they lose weight or their face breaks out. Like that's out of my control. Like, unless I have a dermatologist on call, but who has doctors on call? Very few subsets of the population. Tiana said, so flattered that you're able to reference my vids. Yeah, like I have to, y'all know I get messy in these videos. So whenever I can't remember something verbatim, I like try to say like paraphrase as much as possible. And then if I know like I'm editing it too much, I'll just say there was a video with, I believe, this title. And here's the summary. Yeah, no problem. Tana said, I'm heavy of death to physical compliments unless someone says they want it. Yeah. 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 Like, unless somebody is like, oh no, I am okay, or I feel comfortable being complimented like this. Because listen, I have been in some interesting situations. Someone talking about, oh, your body, this is this. And this person's like, oh, I'm pregnant. Or there was this one situation where like, oh, your body, this is this. And this person was like, yo, I like got diagnosed with cancer. Like, why are you talking about my body? Like, you didn't even ask if I was okay. You didn't even ask if I was okay. Like, what's going on? So. Oh my gosh, Ken Palm said, Chop and Screw remix, new face, quoted from me. Ah! Yes, quote me, quote you, quote me, quote you. Woo! Yo. Oh my gosh, yes, the Chop and Screw remix. Listen, new face. I just flipped the switch. Yeah, like not everybody has the affordability. They don't have the access to do the Chop and Screw remix. They can't get the Megan and Stallion like Chop and Screw remix. They can only afford like the original, which is fine. But if that's the case, then everything should be fair. Like, Tyra said, I had an ex-friend that would dictate whether you were worth his attention if you met his ideal appearance. I'm glad we don't hang out anymore. Listen, some people just get hit at the back of the head suddenly. Listen. And it's weird. I don't even know. This is what I was saying, like the socialization of women. Like, it's just so bizarre. Like, why don't you want to make friends with people genuinely if you're a man? Like, why not? Did you have friends, like genuine friends? Like, if I were a man, like sometimes I fear for those people. Like, you really got to ask yourself, like, do you have friends? Because I'm starting to realize like a lot of men like don't have friends. Like, they don't have like good friends. And it's like, dang, you don't have friends? Like, which is why I always recommend like women like should invest in their friendships. Like, men can come and go. And even if you have like children with a man or get married, like relationships can end. Like, you are more likely to be in a friendship with somebody and you have a lot more access to maintain it without some of these social structures than you are with a man, So it's just like, I don't even know why men would do this. Like, why don't you just be friends with somebody? Stop being a weirdo. So yeah, I'm glad that you don't have those types of people in your life like that. DC the Purple Diva said, I was always told how smart I was, but never how pretty I was by my parents. How do you feel about that? How do you, oh my gosh, am I becoming, you see like my arm, I'm really leaning on my arm, like lay down DC, tell us, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? I'm really interested. Like, what did you think back then? But then what do you think now? CA says, is Kim Kardashian really to be blamed for promoting a type of beauty with body image copied from Black women? I don't even know. I have no clue. Like, who? If you're talking about somebody specifically, did somebody like blame her specifically? Well, you know what? No. I let me not be obtuse. I'm sure I understand what you mean in terms of like she sensationalized certain types of like figures, like spectacleized, I would say, like the ways in which women would present themselves. But your question was, is Kim Kardashian to be blamed? I don't know. Blamed. Interesting. Like, and it's like what I think like Tyra Rose had said this. Somebody had said like, you know, Black women have, or no. I think it was Tamala Al-Hassan had talked about like the fat phobia, like, or wait, was it Kenroy? Oh my God. All of you, Transformers, like let's morph us together. Oh my gosh. Let's morph this together. Had kind of talked about the ways in which like beauty is like, or like fat phobia, like it's white supremacist, you know, and at some point I think I might talk about fat phobia and how, and in ways that it is, oh God, oh goodness, and the ways in which it is anti-Black. And like these like body shapes. So so CA, when you bring up Kim Kardashian and you bring up like her body, like, and the way that she was able to like reap maybe the access and proximity to power by looking the certain ways. Meanwhile, Black women who have certain sizes and their bodies look this type of way, they did not get that type of access to, because it's like the features, they don't want them in certain ways on Black women, which is why I think that it became more so sensationalized on her. And not necessarily in the way that it would have in a Black woman. More to thought. I'll continue thinking about it. My thoughts are like I say, I like to chew on things. They're still being processed. Processing. That's something an automaton would say. As Tamala Al-Hassan said, as somebody studying pharmacy and wanting to go into aesthetics, sometimes the trauma to the body is not worth it sometimes. Yeah, that's why I was like thinking about that Instagram video I was thinking of making, but because it's like a lot of surgeons are like refusing to do these BBL procedures. Like they are refusing to do these procedures. Like they're just like, we're not doing it. Like we're not doing it anymore. Which I think is really interesting. It's like, dang, like, wow, you made a lot of money off of, let me stop. You made a lot of money off of this. Very interesting stuff. Amazing Tribe said, I've deviated septum easily and the doctors are calling cosmetic surgery just to not accepting my health insurance. Like, and that's why it's classist. Like all sorts of interesting things like going on with like the way beauty is and the way that people can do certain types of things. Kenroy Palm said, I naively didn't realize that a lot of people create relationships with people because they think someone is good looking. I thought that was just like so strange. Like, I think it's just so strange. I saw this as well. And I'm like, why would you even do something? Like, even women do this. And I'm like, dang, like, whoa. What are we doing? Which is why I said that even though like we talk about beauty in the context of like relationships, and even though we should talk about it more institutionally, it's like, I'm not judging you if you're saying that because of your intersections of identity, you aren't able to find certain types of companionship that you feel like you see other people experiencing. And so obviously the way that I said that, it was in the context of dating, but you know, it's also in the context of friendships. Like people just won't even connect because of the way that you look. Like it's so sad. Tamala Al-Hassan said, Rose, what the heck? Some people just sound unreal. Yeah, just very like, it's very like fairy tale wonderland. Like Like, what do we do? Very Rick and Morty. Very like in the seventh dimension. Like, what are we doing? Tyro said, isn't it something that we are surprised when creators cite someone correctly? I feel like some people just don't have integrity anymore. I hope that I'm not, of course I'm not the only person like citing people. I've definitely heard people citing people's work. But like the way that, because like three of you have said this now, that I'm like really like quoting people, and I'm like, whoa. Like, I hope people are quoting people. I hope this is not like a, wow. You see, but I'm not even surprised. I have no clue why someone would not quote somebody, man. But this is, but you know, but the gag is, it's just like, but if you're reading, of course, you're not gonna come up with all these ideas yourself. But if you're reading, right? If you're reading and you're processing information and learning, like you clearly like understood this from somewhere, like either like you experienced it and like maybe you picked up like more empirical research works later on, but oh God, this is a gag. It's a gag. It's a gag. Kenroy Palm said, very unhinged. Yeah, very unhinged. Very unhinged. Kenroy Palm said, I have friends and I know that because I looked like a monster before I entered college/prom. Tyra Rose said, he wasn't even straight, just a redacted. Oh, I know what that. Oh, you mean Elmer's glue? Tyra Rose, you mean Elmer's glue? Let me know if you mean Elmer's glue. Do you mean White Beetle? Tyra Rose. I'm putting the mic in your face. Kenroy Palm said, we can blame Kim and people with the access that gave her the platform. Yeah. DC the Purple Diva said, they assumed I knew I was pretty, but I didn't until I was an adult. Tyra Rose said, he might have been a narcissist, but yeah, it's alleged. We do allege it on here, but I'm not a psychologist. Kenroy Palm said, when people say redacted, I always laugh. It's like, yo, you're their lawyer. They're your attorney. Yes. Tyro said he was not he was not a very nice person, just saying, but I hope he heals from his trifling ways. Yeah, and yeah, I am sorry you had to go through that, Tyro. It's like just weird, like just weird. Kenroy Palm says, plus, now people treat me way better now before prom entering college. Like, well, my current college years, I don't know the word. Yes, keep us updated. Yes, keep us updated. Tamilor Al-Hassan said, I hope I grow into myself like this. Yeah. Amazing Tribe said, Tyra Rose, if they've been trifling, the trifling continues to the next episode. You're in a better place. Huh. Yeah, they're like, we do this every season. Tiana said, no, you're even good at using allegedly. Yes. Yes. Listen, Kenroy's like, Q, we gotta put the entertainment and allegedly purposes only. Similar, Hassan said, I've been watching videos on why glowing up is problematic and how transient it is, the aspect of puberty, and again, fitting the standard. I mean, the Trap said, should we put the Megan Thee Stallion and blow this head up? And Mesa Trap said, I was looking fresh too, deaf from prom for sure. I'm so dead. Tyro said, no, he was light-skinned LMAO. Very much not wanting to be black. But you see, how is the story told? How is the story told? Wow. Okay, so, oops, what did I do? Okay, so I have made it to the bottom. Kenroy Palm said, glow ups really had me wanting to look 20 at 12. And it's ironic because, like, for example, for me, and like, I feel like for a lot of women, it's like, they want you to look, or for women to somehow be adults and kind of present as like adult, mature women until they are. And then they want them to present more as children or like youth. And it's just like, it's filthy. Like, it's very filthy. It's like, you don't have like the sanctity of just being able to be a child. And then when you're no longer one, they want you to like bring out the Uno reverse card. I was like, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. Kenmore Palm says, I still don't look / am done growing yet. Yeah. Like I'm not either. Like y'all know I'm Gen Z. Like we're not even there. Like we're not even there. We're not even done. Like, and just like the way like people change, even after like puberty, even after like 25, like people just still keep changing. Like Tyro says, I was mad awkward, looking like high school, looking in high school, and up until junior year, I was kind of thankful for that. I think like it's really interesting. What does it mean to kind of like not draw too much attention? And I think that's why I really wanted to make that video, The Power of Beauty and Its Demise, because it's like, for example, like on the other spectrum of like, you are somebody that people, you have a very symmetrical face. Your body and the way that you present is very close to Proximus. Oh my gosh, Optimus Prime. Okay, let me stop. But you hold proximity to like these institutions of power, but like you kind of read research and even also just read like anecdotal comments from people who are very beautiful and who aren't shilling, and taking advantage of like women who are not close to those proximity of power for money. Hashtag like some of these people, some of these channels out, y'all know like y'all, and some of these people we don't even know if they look like, we have no clue. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then some of these people who do are shilling this like dating and like, hypergamy and the way that you look and femininity, they're here having court cases because they stole and money laundered upwards of like almost $500,000, going to court cases, talking about how, well, but you all already know who I'm talking about. I also found out, one of these people I'm talking about, that these people didn't even have money. They were here on this YouTube channel literally just talking about, oh, you need to dress like this and present like this. Come to find out, and they're like, oh, I date all these rich men because of the way that I look, and y'all are just fat and you just need to get pretty. And this person was talking all this cash shit. Keep this to yourselves, right? I don't know if this is public information. I might cut this out. I found out like this person had a court appointed attorney. And I was like, wait, so there are two options here. You have your money offshore or tucked in the soil, and also found out that the house that they had and they were presenting in their like YouTube videos was rented. And I was like, oh my God, like you're a fraud. Like you are a fraud. Of course you stole money from these women. Of course you stole money from these women, teaching them like how to, like, you know what I mean? Just y'all know who I'm talking about. Like, don't say who it is, because like I kind of want to. Oh God, one day I'll probably talk about something that happened. God, one day. I didn't buy into any sort of course for like femininity presentation or anything like that, but this woman was running schemes, having mugshots just plastered. And I'm like, so you are broke. Like, so, and this is what I was saying. Like, I forgot who mentioned this, but it was about like people getting Dubai'd. Oh my gosh. Amazing Tribe. That was so funny. Yes. Getting Dubai'd. And it's just like, I made this comment where I was like, these people selling these like waist trainers, which I believe Tiana has also mentioned like in a video. It's just like, I know, like, you aren't making most of this money through these waist trainers. Like, if we could all just get, that's what I said, like, I feel like the luxury movement, you're taking advantage of these Black women. Like, you are fraudulent. Like, you are selling a lie. Like, you take whatever access to power and capital you have, either by the way that you look, and you make up the difference in your bank account by selling a dream to people who don't have access and who honestly might never have that type of access. Mugshots, CNBC, like, bro. Camera Palm said, I think it's beneficial. It protects you in a sense. Yeah, like, but you know what I think? I think like if it is going to protect you, it's like what Julesy said. I think that's why I said there's certain things that I don't think I'll feel comfortable talking about. You know, it's not even talking about myself, but even about other people. Like, I think I should try and stick on the lines. I know like it's really cool to like laugh with people, and you know, people watch your videos, and I feel like people can get really enthralled with what that means. And so, you know, God knows, like things start happening. You know, you start saying things that maybe you just chillax, like just chill, like, you know what I mean? Like it's like it protects you, but it's like Julie said something interesting. She said some of these people, faceless people, and I feel like I know exactly who she was referencing. It's like you can say certain things because people don't know who you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like people don't know who you are, so it's like you like. And Julie was saying like I can't just say like certain things because like people can know who I am, which is why I'm also glad I be signing NDAs. Which is why I'm glad. Like I'm glad that like what I do in real life is legitimate, and so like I have to sign NDAs for certain things that I do in my work life. And so it's like there's no reason whatsoever I should be speaking like I should be just speaking any type of way. Like there's no way. Also, like what if I like show my face one day? Like, you know what I mean? What if I bring you guys behind the studio? Like you know what I mean? Like what if that actually happens? Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be in a position where I'm saying things, certain types of things in certain types of ways about people just because I'm an automaton. Just because I'm an automaton. Tyra said, also, can we talk about the exceptionalism of dark-skinned women with Eurocentric features? This could be a topic for sure. Okay, screenshot. Kara Pop said, I don't say who it is. Do you see the Purple Diva said Avatar is running YouTube? Like, it's so interesting because like the context that I watch like avatars or like VR YouTubers is through the context of like anime. Like anime and people talking about animes, and like they have their own character and they talk about like the new episode of like Tower of God or like Jujutsu Kaisen or something like that. And so I like it color me shocked when I saw people using, you know, cartoons, I guess, to talk about, you know, to be a little salacious here and there. Yeah, Kara Pump said, never mind, I know who you're talking about. Kara Pump said, cut this out. Tyro said, big yikes. Kara Pump said, frauds, they'll sell you snake oil. And it's just so sad. It's so sad. Like, they're just going out sad. Like, going out sad. I truly believe this person was like, yo, nobody is gonna report this shit. I am really gonna scam all of this money. I am gonna scam all of this money from people. And nobody's gonna do anything about it because I have like this YouTube channel. Like, who's gonna try me? Nobody. And now you're here having to get a court appointed attorney. Like, it's just like the jokes just write themselves. The joke, it's just sick. Like, I think that's what it is. It's sickness. Like, it's sick. It's so sick. Oh God. Which is why I really do think about the way that people proliferate themselves on social media, and why I'm just like for example, the Mary Jane Byron video, like I already knew that I was gonna head into like the Blueprint series because I was like, you don't even need to do stuff like that. Like I just don't understand. Like I just don't get it. Like, which is why CA had asked a question earlier, and they're like, what do you think about people that kind of like maybe talk about like life affirmations and gurus and manifestation gurus? And I'm like, I think it's all well and good as long as like don't take advantage of poor people. You know what I mean? Don't take advantage of people. Like, you know, because that's definitely what some people could be doing versus people that are just like, hey, like, no, like things really changed in my life and I just want to share that story and like what that means, you know. Tyro said mugshots. Oh Lord. Cameron Palm says, anyone telling you how to get a rich man is lying to you. People date people in similar social classes. But what did we say on this? What did we say, Camroy? What did we say, Tiana? What did we say, Tyro's? DC the Purple Diva, Amazing Trout. Like, people don't read. Like, people don't read. People literally do not read. Like, people, I guess, like, and it's just like, you're taking advantage of people who, I guess, they're just listening to all of these anecdotes and they're not really looking at empirical research and work. Like the data, like census data, like tells us what it is we need to know about proximity. That's why once again, the video that I made just recently, the power of accessibility featuring Kanye West. Would Kanye West have made it out of Chicago? Like, what would have happened if Kanye West never made it out of Chicago? I literally said that video, it wasn't even going to be about Kanye West. It was going to be about Sweetie. It was literally going to be about Sweetie. Like, Sweetie literally has a lot of proximity and access. And she was literally who that video was going to be about, which is why I was like, oh, I could just make this a series, because then I could do one about Billie Eilish, Miss Eyelash. I could do one about a lot of people, you know, like it's very like I said, it's complex. It's croissant. This is a croissant topic. This is a croissant topic. Topics that are multi-layered and crunchy and soft and complex. Wow, am I really using food? Am I hungry? Did y'all see the way I was using croissants? See the way that I really use croissants right there. Let me read these comments. Amazing Tribe. Tyra Rose explained, what was your look image in high school? Interesting. TC the Purple Diva said, aw, I think mugshot has floated around YouTube. Yeah. Amazing Tribe said, I was just a little goofy looking. Oh my gosh. Tiana said, I want to see an NDA. Tiana said, I want to see an NDA. Tiana said, do you have to sign an NDA to sign an NDA? I'm so dead. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. This is a really interesting question, Tiana, because in some of the things that I talk about, and I should probably stop, I only reference them like so far into a live, so you wouldn't even like see that I'm referencing these sort of things. But I talk about like creators and like certain things that I just do. I think like one day, like if I ever become like a larger YouTuber, which I'm not like putting that as like an aspiration or goal, like, and I started something and use this platform to parlay it, like, and I started talking about it more essentially. I mean, why not? Like, maybe I'll bring you guys into the loop. Like, you know, like, do you have to, I want to see an NDA. Do I have to sign one to get information? Like, honestly, you know, I don't know if that's what you were asking. I'm just laughing. I'm just making fun. Kenroy Palm said, I wouldn't sign an NDA unless I was getting paid beforehand. Like, yeah, NDAs, like, you know, like, you definitely want to be careful what you sign. You don't want to sign like gag orders, you know? Tiana said, what if I'm like, hey, this person wanted me to sign an NDA. Is that illegal? Oh yeah, that is like questions you want to ask. Which is why I'm just like, once again, going back to the video that I made, it was like a kind of a hybrid blueprint video, but I talk about TikTok managers, TikTok creators, like you might need to fire your like manager. You might need to fire your manager. Like you talk to people where like they maybe work with minors and like some of these minors, like they don't know that they don't qualify to sign an NDA. They're like getting swindled into contracts that can't even be enforced. And it's just like, what in the world is going on? But you see, this is once again the power of access. Like, and I talked about that in the TikTok video. I was like, I don't blame the fact that you feel like you might need to work with certain groups of people, because it's like, okay, what if I want to hire my cousin, but my cousin doesn't know legalese? Like, we don't have access to an attorney. So like, should I be signing these sort of contracts? And we see, of course, this all the time, especially in the music industry. Amazing Tribe said, mugshots, did they Dubai? Honestly, oh God, I don't even get into it. Do I have to get the Glock Pop Zam Pam Boom? Oh my gosh, making intricals, turning up into minerals. Like, listen, with the people that this person scammed, I'm surprised like somebody didn't show up to her house. And I'll just say that because yeah, I'm hearing that this person, like, it's not I'm hearing, it's public. The district attorney they went on like a press tour and made sure that her face was like on a mugshot on news sources, so that whenever people searched up this person's name, they would see to not do any sort of like business deals with them. Like, listen, I'm surprised nobody showed up to her house. Like, give me back my money. Like, what are you even doing? Amazing Tribe said, Tyra Rose, were you dressing cute though? If so, I still would have hollered at you. Sir, if you don't get Purple Diva said, the Mary Jane Firearm videos is how I found you. Wow. I think about that. I think about that. Like, I'm glad I made the blueprint video when I did and moved on. I'm glad I said everything I needed to say. It's so interesting. Like, it's like I saw that Kenya made this she talked about like the idea of like virality, and she was like, all you need is one good video. Which is why I found your comment, Kenroy, really interesting, where you just like, ooh, I could definitely see it. You were like, I could definitely see it like 4 months from now. We could be having a different conversation. Y'all gonna be like, I was first. I was first. She knows me by name. She knows me. Which is why I also really love these live streams. Um, oop, okay. Let's see. Karen Thompson. Now, Billie Eilish stands are something else, so be careful. Uh-oh. Oh, well, you see, but now you see, what did I say? I like to be testy. I like to be testy. Let me write that out. The blueprint, Zelia Banks, live show things. Yes, Kenroy said the live show. So I'll put that as another one. Wait, let me write that. The Power of Access featuring Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish of Access, and then Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish. And I'll put dangerous. I'll put a hashtag. Dangerous fans. There we go. Tyra Rose said, DC the Purple Diva, same. I was the Mary Jane Byron video and I was hooked. Oh, so y'all talking about how you got hooked to cocaine. Ooh. Kevin Samuels is from, I'm sorry, listen, yo, like, that is not what I said. Tyra Rose is like, I did not say that, Q. You better stop playing. First you say we Bonnie and Clyde. Then you say we're partners in crime. Now you say, oh my gosh. CA says, Kevin Samuels is probably another snake oil. You see, that's the last time I'm going to mention that person's name. Kevin, oh God. Is probably another snake oil dating coach guru. Yeah. I think like even like dating, like even these like dating gurus that like, I guess are men facing. I feel like they also take advantage of men. It's like, why don't you just tell them to like, I mean, why don't we just like, you're not entitled to like, people's attraction, like both men and women, which I think women understand this, right? Like they're not doing any sort of empirically, I'm not talking about anecdotally, like they're not doing anything strange just because they got rejected or because men aren't attracted to them, which is why I said I empathize if like you want companionship, but that means that you might have to look in certain types of ways. Like it's very egotistical driven and like nonsensical attraction. So yeah, I feel like people like that person that you mentioned, which will go unnamed, is like, it's like you're also selling snake oil to these men that maybe they need to take a shower, like maybe they should get friends. Like maybe men should be invested on like becoming good friends with people and kind of having people that you can rely on. Like it's like I said, it's like I feel like a part of like the trauma that people maybe feel like they're wait, hold on, let me not gaslight people. I feel like the trauma and like the sadness that maybe people feel around companionship, some of it I think is rooted is rooted in the way that people are socialized to base their worth off of the relationships that they make with men or women. And obviously I'm speaking more so in the perspective of being a woman to men, like in a heterosexual relationship. But yes, that is a working thought. Ken Rapalm said Kevin Samuels was play rich until he actually became rich because people believe men in suits. Yo, if I told you I knew somebody, I didn't know somebody like obviously KS. That's what we're going to call him in college. But I don't know how to say this. I did know somebody. It wasn't like they weren't shilling like all this nonsense. But this person did dress like very well. And people just found them credible because of the way that this person dressed. And I'm like, whoa. Like, and this person is also, I would say, like man presenting. So the person would dress like in suits. The person looked like a thin, dark-skinned Drake. Like a thin, dark-skinned Aubrey Graham. Like, Yeah, and now he really is rich. Like now he really is rich. Like very fickle stuff. Now he made the money. Razor Char said, we both were in the same hospital when Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G. died. Yeah, I got a small blood clot, but it ain't Jamaican, man. Cameron Palm said, Misogynoir sells, and he has a bunch of views. Not sure if they're monetized, though. People need a lawyer. I will never sign a contract without an attorney. Those contracts are less than 10 pages. It'll take an hour. That's what 200 max for a lawyer. Yeah, it's like people don't even know where to begin. Like, you understand what I mean? Like, people don't even know where to begin. So, yes, please try and read your contracts. Please. Like, even if, like, well, I'm not an attorney. Please don't take my advice. But like some people have even said, like, even if you go line by line and you're like, what does this mean? What does this mean? This doesn't make sense. Like you just take a highlighter, you're like cross, cross, cross. I think who is this? She made chewing gum and she said that that's what she did with the Netflix. Obviously, she probably has an attorney, but she said that she had gone through and scraped the contract and she was like, oh no, I don't want this type of deal. I don't want this type of deal for chewing gum, and that's why it never ended up making it to Netflix. They didn't give her enough money. She was like, I don't want this type of like distribution deal where you guys own the intellectual property for the story. Cameron Palm said, oh no, DZ the Purple Diva said, my friend's son had to sign an NDA for Rhythm and the Flow on Netflix, and he was the winner but couldn't say anything for almost a year. Yeah. Tyra Rose said, Cameron Palm, so true. I think people either like to doom scroll / hate watch his content or they truly believe his BS. It's like how people were calling Josephine Button the fifth button. Josephine. Sir Joe Budden the fifth button. It's like how people were literally saying that that man was their father. And I'm like, wow, like, y'all are really like his son? Like, is this really like for real? Like, get it together. Like, get it together. So to essentially respond to you, DC the Purple Diva, like people are invested. There are some people that are really, really invested. Tyra's as well. Like some people are really invested. Karen Palm said, well, maybe since they aren't on retainer, if that's the proper term. Cameron Palm said, at Tyra Rose, I think it's the latter because a lot of people base their social status on determinant on Black women matrix of domination. Tamalor Allison said, I really don't understand what makes Chaos qualified to talk on relationships. It's like, what did they say? Like, the suits. Like he can wear the suits and the clavicles and the glasses and the Coach purse. Like he can put them all on. He can literally, like, people can just create imagery. It's so interesting to kind of like see happening in like Lifetime. I'm like, wow, like people can just like create an image. Like you could just create an image and just, I don't know, parlay it. That's why I talked about, oh my gosh, I literally referenced, God, I talked about how like that one talent manager, like if I ever saw this person in a Target, I'd like chuck my slipper on their head. I would. And how I was like, this person literally is like parlaying like so many things to, they're trying to create social capital, and that's what they used to become like a talent manager. And it's like, you know, and obviously I talked in the context of like, you have Black talent, but you had to get extorted on Instagram. Like just the whole thing was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like you had to be extorted because you said the N-word. And it's just like, this person is literally managing like top Black talent. And it's like, wow. Like it's like, and I also talked about this in the LinkedIn video. Although the LinkedIn video, I talked about, it's called like LinkedIn, like you don't have the right to privacy. Like I fear that people don't have the right to privacy. And I think I could have gone through to the route of like, you don't have the right to privacy, but also you have to dance and dance and dance. And when we point at the cement, we're like, come on, dance. You know, I could have talked more about that, but I talked about like even privacy, like, you know, but going back to the TikTok video, I was like, if we can agree, I said in that video, if we can agree that people have to perform on social media to acquire access to like work or jobs, which can translate to money, then we can then it shouldn't be out of the stretch of the imagination that when people get online, they could just, who knows what they start saying, to like make a buck. Like, who knows what they'll start doing to create spectacle and performance. Kemrai Palm said he's a black heterosexual man in a suit. He presents well. That's all you need in the black community. Like going outside. Yes. Yes, yes. He who shall not be named. Yes, he who shall not be named. Tyra Rose said, I still don't get why some men literally hate women just for existing. I can't wrap my head around it. Tyra Rose, I read a really interesting comment about somebody saying, actually, I think I want to see if I can find it. Hold on. It was a really interesting comment. Okay. Somebody said a very interesting comment. I think this one person wants to say anonymous, so I won't say this person's name out loud. This person said, men desperately need reassurance. Just look at the way black men are obsessed with women submitting to them. And I was like, that's a very, very interesting comment to make. That's a very interesting comment to make, and so I feel like it's stuff like that. Like, it's like, it's this like complex, it's like these complex structures of like socialization of like, you have more power, but you also can't escape what comes with this patriarchal structure that you are now beholden to. And obviously, if you're not like a top patriarch like that has like power and access, like who knows what you're stuck doing and what you end up having to do. Like, a lot of men are depressed. Like, they're just like, bro, I hate all this. I didn't want to do all this. Yes, thank you so much. Michaela Cole, thank you so much. Tip of my tongue. First, Sky Jackson. Just like, bro, I know these people's names. Reread my comment in the correct ancient. I don't know how to speak the ancient languages. Tamalor Alhassan said, the violence against women is so scary. Whenever I move out, I'm going to have so many security measures because the things I hear happening to people, average person, is crazy. There's this older show called Stalker. And when that happened, I low-key was like, bro, is this what people doing? Is this what men are doing? Like, people really stalking people like this? Like, what in the world? Her name is Michaela Cole. Thank you so much, Tyros. I'll get to the bottom and then I'll let you guys go. But yes, I got you guys as like food options. So I know DC the Purple Diva, Tyra Rose mentioned a food option. If like we ever had like a sleepover, like what would she order? And she said sushi. DC the Purple Diva said sushi or like seafood. Amazing Tribe said Michaela Cole is one of the favorite actresses. When no one knew she existed, created a family world like African Family. Like, yeah, like she has written some very interesting work. Very, very interesting work. Tamalor Ahasan said, I also don't think men understand that men at the top controlling the image of women are also controlling the image of men. It's like when we talk about white supremacy and how like poor whites like suffer in white supremacy. Like, they lose too. Like, you lose. Like, you don't understand. Like, you're the dust that they flick. You're the lint that they flick off of their like suit. You're the lint that they shoe and flick off of their shirt. Like, it's like people just lose. It's like, it's not a winning game. It's not a winning game. Okay. Cameron Palm said, yeah, but having patriarchal power is more beneficial than not having it. So that's why they don't care. Also true. Yep. And that also, like, we can, and even like maybe in beauty, like that's also important. Like, even when we talk about women who aren't empowered, but they have proximity to power, like the proximity is just enough, at times for people to say, well, why should I talk about it? And I'm like, but you'll grow old. Even if you don't have like a final destination freak accident, like you'll grow old, and society, they don't value older women. So like, then what are you going to do? Right? Like, then what? Like, you know what I mean? So why not care about like dismantling it, even though you get benefits from being in proximity, you know? DC the Purple Diva said, do I have my YouTube channel on my LinkedIn? Listen. Listen. Karen Palm said, patriarchy is supported by the pillars of sexism, misogyny, policing of gender, homophobia, ethnophobia, etc. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, sorry. I'm okay. Sorry about that. Cameron Palm said black men have limited access to patriarchy, so that's another reason that they have to perform hypermasculinity. Yeah. It's a lot. And with that, yeah, I'm going to end the live stream. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how am I gonna like I don't even know, what did we even talk about? No. I will probably put some timestamps on this so that people can sort through this. Maybe not the whole thing, but maybe for the first hour. But yeah, this was really fun, you guys. Friday, I'm really gonna see if I let me see how fast I can connect the soundboard and ting for this. We'll even see if I've been procrastinating, so we'll see. But I think my eye is open. I want to say thank you so much. Like, my eyes are open, and thank you so much for giving me like feedback and like conversing with me. True this. Yeah. This was great. Yes, we need a sleepover. You know what? Okay, fine. Okay, maybe before the end of the year, I can have like, I don't know, maybe more people might come to the live streams, but maybe at some point I'll pick like 5 people, maybe before the end of the live stream, and we'll have a sleepover. And don't worry, I'll ask for this like privately, or like if you fill out the form, if you fill out the form for the, okay, maybe I might make a separate form for this, actually, and I'll just say it in a video so that it doesn't get mixed up in like the private community / Patreon thing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna select 5 people, and we'll do like a sleepover, and I will do Uber Eats. Like, I'll order Uber Eats to your house, and it'll be secure, and I'll delete like your info or something like that, and then we could just like eat food. Or you could hopefully receive the food before the live stream starts, and then we could have like a sleepover with food. And you try to like eat your sushi as you like try to reply to comments. Yes. Okay, let me read the rest of these comments, and then You see, this is the way I'm shaking my head. I look so excited in this video because I am. Like, I look so excited in this video because I think I was when I was recording this. Okay, so let me read this, and then I'll log out for you guys. Okay, DC the Purple Diva said this was great. Yes. Mwah, mwah. Amazing tribe. Yes. Mwah, mwah. Tyro said, I just wish people stop performing for others. Yes. And actually, kind of a note on that. Oh my gosh, you see, guys, what I'm about to do. Okay, Tyros, real quick. I was gonna say this. I was gonna say that in the video that I talk about the TikTok managers and like you need to fire these people, I also talk, and when I get to this performance thing, especially about that one talent manager, I kind of talk about like social clout and how I feel like if we are part of like a laboring class, why should we demand like social clout of people to demand credentials when you know that because you are somebody who might not necessarily have access to like social capital, you should probably not be basing the way that you maybe value people off of it if it's not even something easily accessible to you or me, you know? So I think that that's really like interesting. I can talk about that more later. But yeah, I really do wish we didn't have to perform for each other, especially if we're in the same class. Like, why do we need to perform for each other? Like, we don't even have access to stuff like that. Like, you know. Okay, Amazing Tribe, yes. Mwah, mwah. Yes. Tiana said, good live that helped me start cleaning. Yes. Yet, listen, Pine Sol, Comet, Bleach. Huh. So yes, thank you for coming. Mwah, mwah. Don't forget your umbrella at the door. Yes, yay, thank you. Enjoyed your live stream. Yes, yay. Mwah, mwah. Tyra Rose, yes, good convo. Mwah, mwah. Thank you for your comments. Ken Ray Palm, this was fun. Mwah, mwah. Have a good evening. Don't forget your baseball cap. It's on the coffee table. Tamalor Al Hassan said, I had fun. Good evening, night. It's 3 a.m. If you don't go to bed, mwah, mwah. If you don't go to bed. Yes. Okay, yeah, I did write them down. Thank you so much. Rising Dion, do I have that? Yeah, I do. And with that, have a good evening. This was another one of my tapes. I'm Q, and I'll see you. Bye. You've been in the bushes, China Lewis? Oh my gosh. Mwah, mwah. Don't forget your book. Oh my gosh, China Lewis. You like, listen, don't forget your sunglasses. Bye.